Vince, how are you doing? What the fuck is online? What? That rat. Alright. Alright, Vince, I am live. I made it. Oh shit. Okay. Alright. Vince, tell me, how does Master Chief Collection run on PC?
Well, spent in the last 2 weeks, I have played in this game, so
You're sounding like super choppy right now. I heard that you spent X amount of time. I didn't hear what amount of time. Oh, you're joshing me, dude. I got server maintenance for Animal Crossing in like an hour. Whatever. Oh shit, today's the fishing tournament.
hello.
Hello.
Okay, there we go.
All right. We'll see how this goes.
Now we're doing it.
All right. What mic are you using on Discord?
I am using my headphones, I think.
Okay, you can check. Is it might like I've had issues where like defaulted my webcam mic sometimes.
Yes. Does it sound like it's my webcam one?
I can't tell. If you go into your Discord settings, it'll tell you. Yes, Sloppy Joe, server maintenance. The game's, I don't know what it is for tonight. It sounds a little bit better.
Okay, that is on my headphones up.
But, yeah, it's just like 8 o'clock my time. It's gonna reset and just turn my game off. Hopefully it'll save. All right, Vince.
Yeah.
How you doing? Welcome in.
Yes.
You've seen a few movies. I've seen a few movies.
Oh yeah, we have.
We have. Where do you want to begin this little treasure trove of a discussion?
Well, I suppose, what was the last one we talked about?
It's definitely been a minute. This is definitely like pre-Dune we're talking.
Oh yeah, both of
Let's see. We've both seen Dune. We've both seen Soho. I'm also gonna give my spoiler tag up. I made a little spoiler tag just for this occasion. There we go.
You still haven't seen Bond yet, right?
I haven't seen Bond yet, but I had that one spoiled for me when I saw Halloween.
I'd like still go see it.
For what?
Still go see it though. It's great.
Oh yeah, I definitely plan to. Definitely before the Isaacs.
Did we talk about Malignant yet or no?
I think like briefly about Malignant, a little bit. We've talked. I don't think we've gotten in depth about. We haven't talked about Halloween Kills.
We talked about the card count. Did you see the card?
I didn't see the card counter, no. Although like the fairly, the mediocre reviews kind of like turned me away from that, and just limited showtimes in my area.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's been a weird couple of months with the movies.
Yeah, I was like thinking about it, just like with how like I mean I've been enjoying some of like the recent films coming out. I know you not as much, but I was thinking like 2021's a pretty good year for movies, but then I realized it's all just Q4 2021. It
Awful fucking year for movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just Q4 that's been really good. Everything else has
I
not
can
been
count
good.
a small handful of movies that I like, and like on one hand, I can count the amount of movies that I've seen this year. Which,
Yeah.
like 2020 wasn't like a real year for movies, so I don't really count that one. But like 2019, that was back to back to back to like there was like 15 movies that I really loved that year.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Like,
2019
was an
2019 was
incredible year.
awesome. Let me check chat real quick.
Movies that year that I was like, it was okay. It was like 1917, and if that came out this year, I'd be like, that's probably one of the better movies this year.
Yeah. Sloppy Joe's asking if we're hyped for Eternals. I'm definitely interested. Some of
I'm
the
still super hyped for Eternals. I know everyone's kind of not right now.
I'm in that
but I'm
not
still very
boat.
much excited.
I'm in that not boat just because again all I fucking see is just ads for Eternals and it's getting very draining and annoying.
I've heard that it's not conventional, which is what I'm excited about. And
That's
I know
yeah.
that it might not land properly, but I just want something different.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Like
this sounds like it's going to be.
yeah, different is what I fucking want considering like Black
I don't
Widow was
really
so
need-
conventional.
I don't need it to be good. I just want it to be different.
Yeah.
That's all I care about right now.
And Josh, you cannot send me a panel from Chainsaw Man 7. Even yeah, I know it's November. You're not gonna get me to do that. Anyway, let's see. Eternals definitely, yeah. Eternals, I feel like I'll still enjoy enough more than Black Widow is what I'm hoping.
Yeah, for sure. I hope it'll be around Shang-Chi levels. I don't think it will, but I hope so. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't really care too much about Spider-Man. Like, I'm excited and I'll go see it, but like, I'm kind of over the Tom Holland praise and not. I'm already tired of the multiverse. I just want to say that I'm already tired of it, and I'm just I'm pre-exhausted about it.
They've really like
Sad.
they've really like had it like hammering in since Loki.
Like, Loki was great. I loved Loki. I loved what it did for the universe. I loved the finale where they were just like, hey, it's just the finale of our big show this year is just 3 people sitting in a room and talking to each other for 45 minutes, and then consequences happen at the end. And I'm like, yes, more of that, please, Marvel. I don't care about your big third act finales. You know, they're exhausting as is.
Yeah. And
Black Widow's was really boring.
Yeah.
Also the conversation that she had with Ray Winstone, who was doing 3 different accents at once in one accent. Like, it was just not good.
Yeah, and like when I saw Black Widow, I thought it was just fine. I was like, this is an enjoyable movie. But the more I thought about it and the more I heard people talk about it, the more I just hated it and hated it. And now I feel like I just kind of like
It's a terrible movie, but I'm just like, it's part of the MCU that I really have never cared about. And
yeah.
it's fine. Florence Pugh is fine. Rachel Weisz is fine. David Harbour is fine. But like, those people shouldn't be fine. Those people should be great.
Yeah.
Like,
again, like yeah, all those people are like great in almost everything they do. I mean, David Harbour, I haven't seen Stranger Things, and I've only ever seen him mainly in Hellboy. So
yeah.
he's still got like
I'm pretty much all Harbour now at this point.
yeah. And just on top of all that too, like again, it's just like so it's such a fucking 2015 Marvel movie
It
where
really is.
it's just stuck in that, like, yeah, it doesn't help that it's
feels like
set.
It came out during that period. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it's set during that period. It feels like it should have come out during that period.
Exactly. Like, and like,
It's just confusing.
like specifically people we know from, like, you know, working at the movie theater say, you know, it's like, you know, like her, like Scarlet, or like, not Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson's, like, you know, swan song as Black Widow, her final outing, but it doesn't feel like her final outing because she is alive at the end of the movie.
Yeah. But I will, and I hate that I have to say, like, post-credit scenes shouldn't be a thing that anyone puts stock in. If your movie is bad, but it has a good post-credit scene, that doesn't make it a good movie.
Not not at all. Yeah.
And even then, I rolled my eyes harder than I ever have at the end, at the post-credit scene of Venom. Jeez. But like.
Yeah. It's like, that's a bug I need.
Ending sequence, I was like,
the ending sequence.
I never got to grieve for her character, and I finally got to, and I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of upset about that. But then they're just like, anyway, here's the Hawkeye show, and I was like, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, Sloppy Joe saying it just felt like another mission for her and not an ending to her story, which is, yeah, exactly correct. Really like it should have, like,
franchise that she's already done with. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
What is this movie?
Yeah, it's like fucking 5 years too late at this point. Like,
yeah, it really is.
Yeah, like, it takes place after Civil War and before the post-credit scene for Civil War. Like, it should have come out, like, you know, in between Civil War and Doctor Strange.
I agree.
Like, the only reason it came out so late is because of its end credit scene. Like,
yeah. And even then, you could have set that shit up back in 2016, and you could have had Julia Louis-Dreyfus pop in randomly throughout the MCU, and that all of a sudden it just doesn't feel like she just keeps popping in randomly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it just
feels weird.
Yeah, now I feel like I have to, like, justify, like, that I do genuinely not like Black Widow by rewatching it, and thankfully it's, you know, I can just watch it on Disney Plus at any point. But
yeah, that's what I'm like, I can go back and watch it, but I'm also like, do I want to though? Yeah.
Exactly.
I really don't even care to at this point, and it's free for me.
Yeah, do I want to? It's free. I don't, like, it's like, what, like 2-ish hours? Something like that?
It's like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Like,
it's not. Yeah.
All of these damn solo movies need to be 20 minutes shorter too. Like,
yeah.
They're all pushing way too long.
Shang-Chi's runtime.
I'm sorry, like, I'm excited for it, but also it being like 2 hours and 40 minutes.
It's
pushing it really hard.
It's just as long as Dune. Like, oh my god. Like, as much as I'll, like, get down for a long movie, it needs to justify its length.
Yeah.
Like,
and honestly, I think that Eternals might have a big enough cast where I'm like, yeah, sure, like, it feels like it's worth it.
Yeah.
And I think that it's gonna have slow moments, and that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited for slow moments in the MCU. Those are always my favorites. It's like Groot with the kid with the flower and Guardian. Like, just put those kinds of moments in your movies.
Little bits that aren't just about.
Makes the movies interesting.
Yeah, like, instead of just fighting big CGI monsters, like, that's what I'm not looking forward to with Eternals. They're just gonna be fighting monsters. Like, what? No, like,
the only monsters I ever want to see in a movie is the Monstars from Space Jam. That's it. And they weren't even in Space Jam 2, which is why the only reason I think.
That's right, it was the Goon Squad this time around. God, what a fucking...
Why did they even bother? Why did they bother?
Because they knew they could... It's the nostalgia bait. That's all it is. Like, I told my mom that I was going to watch Space Jam 2, and she didn't even know there was a second one, and her gut reaction was, like, just to insult the first one.
Okay, but the first one is, like, Citizen Kane in comparison. Like, I'm sorry, it's just, like, a bajillion times better.
I mean, yeah, it's better, but I wouldn't even call it that, because it's still not good.
It's a legitimately fun movie.
It's no, I didn't. I'm not gonna gripe on people who did enjoy it, but I'm not gonna enjoy it.
That's fair. I think Space Jam is like a solid, like, That's a perfectly solid 3 out of 5 right there. Maybe even a 3.5. I don't know. Like, I know it's a commercial, but as far as commercials go, it works.
It's like at this point, it's just like nostalgia bait. I loved it as a kid watching it, but upon rewatch,
It's like the perfect blend of exactly what that premise can deliver. Like, I
yeah,
think that in terms of what it's trying to do, it succeeds on every level.
yeah, like
Not a
it's
great
just
movie, but like if you're gonna make a movie with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny in it, fucking that's how you do it.
yeah. At the end of the day, it is just Michael Jordan playing basketball with the Looney Tunes. It is what it needs to be.
Do you need a higher premise than that? Because it seems like that's about all you need.
With the we need to add the serververse and get rid of the whole part of space. Now we only have Jam, and it's not even.
They go to different planet verses within the serververse.
Even though they literally already did that with Ready Player One. It's just Ready Player 2.
They both already did it with the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah.
Which is the best of the 3.
Like, yeah, like.
You ever notice that it's mostly just Warner Brothers?
It's only Warner Brothers doing this.
It's only Warner, and it's just getting repetitive. Where I'm like, yes, I know you guys have the Wizard of Oz rights. Cool, yeah, it's in all 3 of these movies. Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand, but you know, it's there.
Like, I understand why people like have gripes with like Ready Player One, but again, it served the story for Ready Player One. Space Jam 2.
Literally the whole point of that movie. Like,
yeah. Space Jam 2,
it's
just shoving it in the face. Like, it's the only reason people would see Space Jam 2.
You're like, oh man, did you see that Granny gets to be in the Matrix? I'm like, I could not wish for death faster.
And like they did a Pulp Fiction reference in Space Jam 1, but it's not even fucking apparent. You have to have seen. You would have to watch Pulp Fiction to get it.
In order to get it. Like,
yeah.
if I'm watching this one, they just go to Casablanca Planet. And just like, yep, I suppose that's Casablanca Planet.
Yeah.
And then they do like 3 Casablanca jokes and then they leave. I'm like, why though?
Space Jam 1, they keep it simple with just like the music, the guns, and nothing else.
It's a reference. It's not a set piece. Like, that's what it is.
It's just a reference, and it doesn't bash you over the head that it's Pulp Fiction. They don't stand in front of fucking John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson while doing it.
Yeah, I don't. That was embarrassing and pathetic.
Yeah. Did you watch Cinderella yet? The Amazon Prime one?
No, I am not watching the Girl Boss Cinderella movie.
God, it was so fucking bad. Yeah,
I can imagine.
There's so many days.
Watch it to tell you that it is.
There's so many days when I'm just sitting and just thinking, and then I remember that I watched it, and I get really sad and upset. It's something else. It's a jukebox musical too. I think there's like one original song that,
is it gonna win the Oscar this year?
No. I mean maybe the Oscar, because I can't think of anything else, you know, unless like Spiral by 21 Savage has any shot at winning.
Oh yeah, Spiral does have an original song.
They advertised that in the trailer, like original song by
seriously?
20. Yeah, like featuring an original song by 21 Savage.
Jesus.
And I think we both know that, like, obviously, like, Bo Burnham's like Inside is just a stand-up special. Yeah, I mean it's gonna win in my heart. It already did.
That's not technically cinema, I guess, but I don't.
It's a stand-up. It's a stand-up special. Yeah, it's a stand-up special on paper. But hey, you know.
If Bo Burnham's Inside is not nominated for any Oscars because it's not considered a movie, but Space Jam is nominated for like best visual effects or something, I'm going to like freak the fuck out.
The visual effects were even bad in Space Jam.
I know, but what else is there?
Dune. I mean, it's pretty easy to say Dune's gonna win. Other than that, I think like
Dune's gonna sweep technicals.
Yeah.
I'm upset about that. I really wish that they were like, hey, yeah, you can have a bunch of special effects if you want, but like, I gotta care about them and they're cool.
Yeah.
Like, Interstellar, that's a great movie. It's got great visual effects, and it gets me to care because I care about what's going on, and I can continue the story and follow along with it more by looking at the visual effects. But something like Dune, I'm like, that's just a visual effect showcase. And
Yeah.
even then, I don't even think the effects are that good.
I saw your review and I was like a little heartbroken, not because you didn't like it, but because like it's a movie we've both been looking forward to for years.
I was so upset. Like, you know how much I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's like I'm not upset that you didn't like the movie. I am upset that you didn't like the movie because it's something we've both been looking forward to.
Yeah.
And like, you know, like reading your review, I was like I totally understood why, because again, it is at the end it is just like only world building to a point, and then some of the stuff they don't even talk about. Like they've got so much world building, but not enough world building.
We'll get into Dune in a second. I want to keep talking about this stuff first. Yeesh. So what else was there? There was carnage.
There definitely was a little bit of carnage, you know.
There was some mild carnage.
Yeah, he did. My fucking favorite part of Let There Be Carnage, right?
Yeah.
Like he says, like Let there be carnage, and then he's just stabbing him, not even like destroying anything. He did all the carnage in the prison scene.
Yeah.
It was the fucking funniest part of that. Like, the actual most mild amount of carnage he could have done.
I think I talked to you about it a little bit already, but I think that Venom's, like, post-credit scene actively, like, undermines and makes the MCU worse than it should be. Like...
Yeah, it's like...
It honestly made me disgusted. I was like, are you serious right now?
I get that, you know, it's like, multiverse, we can do anything we want now, but you could make... I
think it's part of the Sony deal. I honestly do.
Yeah. Because again, like Kathleen Kennedy was like talking everyone's ears off, like Venom's gonna be in the MCU. He's in the MCU, and then, you know.
Oh, no, not her.
Amy Pascal. Yeah, that's right. Kathleen's Star
Amy
Wars.
Pascal,
yeah, I'm thinking Star Wars lady.
I haven't heard much from Kathleen recently. Is she doing okay?
I think she's just letting other people handle these projects because, like,
man. Okay, we got to come back to Star Wars Visions at some point. That shit. You will like that.
I am only still 3 episodes deep into Star Wars Visions.
Okay, I think episode 5 is my favorite. Personally,
okay.
And I think like number 1 and number 3.
Like 1 and 3 are definitely really fucking good. I'm a huge Trigger fan, and they did number 3.
Okay.
And I was like really fucking impressed with number 1, especially like since it's like the start of Star Wars Visions.
I mean, I was blown away. I was like, wow, I never knew that like Star Wars canon had me in chains before this shit set me free. Like, just seeing what you can do outside of canon and just outside of the rules, like that's so interesting.
And I was like,
things that I never thought about doing, and they're just like, yeah, we're doing it. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
oh, this is cool. And not all of them hit. Some of them are stinkers, like Tatooine Rhapsody. But you know, it's
Tatooine Rhapsody is cute enough, but again, like the character design,
you can have a couple of stinkers in order to get, you know, the bangers that you get. You know, I'd rather have that than just everything's good.
And just like too, like with Star Wars Visions, like again, I've only seen the first 3 episodes, but going back to like Tatooine Rhapsody, the character design I was not a big fan of because again, they're clearly like, you know, supposed to be adults, but they're drawn as if they're like 7.
They look like they're kids. Yeah.
Yeah, so that threw me off for the entire thing. I couldn't get into like that these are adults, that this dude's a Jedi. I thought he was just like a little Padawan guy in training, you know.
Yeah.
It was a little hard. It was a little harder to buy into. It was still cute in the end, you know, just a little like no like majorly high stakes, but coming off
I
of
can
like
dig with the not so high stakes, but it just felt weird to like focus on music like that in Star Wars.
yeah,
I
especially
don't
like
know. I've never
especially
thought
like
about that side of Star Wars, which is good that I've never thought about it, but like I don't know if that's what you needed to run with.
and especially like coming off of like again like the Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
That was like
Oh my god.
that was
Just
quite
immediately high bar center. Like
yeah, a complete tonal shift too, which again it's an anthology series that's gonna happen, but man, quite a difference.
yeah, a little bit of a shift there. God, I can't get over how good that was. Just seeing all these studios like openly wear Star Wars' like Japanese influence on its sleeves so openly, I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is what I wanted to see.
And again, too, they just had like, for the most part, just total creative freedom.
Oh yeah,
Like
they don't have any oversight where they're like, hey, you can't do this because this would conflict with canon, and they're just like, whatever, you know.
yeah, it's like these
We'll do what we
are
do.
like the stories
It's
like
interesting.
yeah, these studios want to tell this story, and they
Yeah.
told that story, you know.
And I mean, they're all distinctly Star Wars stories. Like they don't feel like they would belong in any other, series.
Yeah. And again, with such an expansive universe, it's so goddamn refreshing to see something that isn't tied to Luke Skywalker at all.
Oh my god. That's what I hate about the Mandalorian finale. Like, I really do. I really don't like that Luke is in there.
It's just it's just in there for the.
I thought it was gonna be
just
Ahsoka again. I thought it was gonna be Kanan from Rebels, and I was like, oh, that would've been cool. But no,
it's
that'd
just
be Luke Skywalker.
it's just fan service. Again,
No, not Kanan. Sorry, Ezra.
Again, I still haven't finished Mandalorian. I've only seen the 2 episodes we watched.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to get back into it because again, like from what
You
I've
got it before
seen,
Book of Boba Fett comes out.
yeah, I mean I don't even know like again like Book of Boba Fett that's still just going back into the main canon.
Yeah, I also have never given a flying fuck about Boba Fett.
It's always just like again he's always only just stood there in the original trilogy and then he gets eaten by a worm.
No, that's my thing. Like, I'm upset with the way that people talk about Boba Fett because people are like, oh man, like Captain Phasma is kind of a waste, but like Boba Fett was cool, and I was like, literally, Boba Fett does nothing in those movies. Captain Phasma does way more. What you're talking about is Legends and looking at different source materials that are like adding on to that. Phasma's got cool books. They make her cool. But
Yeah.
she does a hell of a lot more than Boba Fett has ever done.
Yeah, Boba Fett's only again just stood there. Phasma
he
has
a cool suit of armor. That is all he is.
yeah.
And I hate when people are like, "Oh no, it's a cool character." I'm like, "He's a cool character design."
Yeah. And again, it's like we have like the original trilogy explains nothing other than he's a bounty hunter. You know, they don't put any stank on him. He's got like a weird rocket grappling hook thing, and then
Darth Vader is like, "Hey, dude, no disintegrations," and he's like, "Oh, fine, I guess."
yeah.
Like that's a kind of a cool moment, but that's all he's got. Let's see. So after, I want to talk to you about Cop Shop. Cop Shop fucking rules.
I haven't seen that one. I saw the trailer for that once, and then heard actually
my
nothing
God,
about
it
it
is
else.
So fun. Like, holy crap. It very much feels like a little John Carpenter type movie.
Yeah.
That I think Joe Johnston made. But yeah, he's just like, yeah, we're just gonna have like 3 assholes, and they're all trying to compete for like who's the biggest asshole, and you're kind of rooting for all of them to die, and it's super fun.
Okay.
And also, it might have one of my favorite performances of the whole year. Oh, I forget what the actor's name, but he was the in the Halloween remake. He was the Judy Greer's husband. He's the dad.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And he just goes off in like the weirdest. He's hilarious. Like he's a great character actor.
It's like I remember like his character specifically in Halloween, just because he like I remember just hearing his line, "Oh no, I've got peanut butter on my penis."
Yeah.
That's the dad energy I want when I have kids one day.
And you got peanut butter on your dick.
I got peanut butter on my penis.
Listen, kids, it happens.
It happens. Peanut butter's messy, especially when you're dealing with, like rat traps.
He just does crazy shit. I was all very much into it.
Yeah.
That's a good like Tuesday afternoon chill the fuck out, watch it on cable kind of movie.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good though.
Yeah, again.
It's just tight. It's like 90 minutes.
Ooh.
God, I love Cop Shop. It's so good.
Yeah.
What? Oh. Oh. Hard counter.
Like
I was kind of nasty about its politics, but
yeah, I was only looking forward to Card Counter for Oscar Isaac, and because I enjoyed First Reformed pretty well. But again,
it's definitely a Paul Schrader movie, which I wasn't a huge fan of First Reformed, but I thought it was alright.
It does just end. That First Reformed.
Yeah, I feel like it's a movie that I have to rewatch.
Yeah. Ethan Hawke's still fucking fantastic in that movie.
Oh, he is. There's no denying.
Like, yeah. Like, it's still a well-made movie. Again, it's just like it does just end.
Was Ethan Hawke in something recently? I feel like he was. Or maybe
He's gonna be in that new Scott Derrickson movie, The Black Phone.
Yes. Okay. Also, I just watched him in Dead Poet Society, which totally unrelated. Great movie.
Ethan Hawke was in that movie?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's back when he was like a teen, like a young 20-something.
Huh? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's great.
Nice. Let's see. Briefly about Card Counter, because I haven't seen it. I don't even have I should have like Letterboxd open just so I can also see what the fuck to talk about. Because again, like there's been quite a bit.
We can talk Malignant.
Malignant? Let's talk about Malignant.
Oh, bonkers fucking movie.
Because what the like Malignant was fucking wild.
Big ol' actual what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah, it's such a fucking wild ass movie.
I think I really loved your reviewer. It's like, the James Wan who made The Conjuring did not make this, but the James Wan who made Aquaman sure as shit did.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can tell by the way it's also like
that sums it up so well.
Like, yeah, there's a set piece like towards the end of the movie when, like after the big reveal, and like the Malignant man is just tearing through the fucking police station. It's shot like Aquaman. It's shot exactly.
One of the funniest scenes of the year, honestly.
Yeah, it's shot exactly like Nicole Kidman's opening set piece in Aquaman. Oh
my god, I need to rewatch Malignant because I watched it. I think I was maybe a little tired, and I don't know if I dipped or anything, but like it deserves a rewatch for me.
When me and Sam were watching it, we had a very Trevor kind of character sitting next to us who was just he was just way too into the movie. It was honestly so funny.
Yeah. Like
anytime, like in the beginning, anytime like the ex-boyfriend is on screen, or like the current boyfriend, I guess they never broke up. Like after it's revealed, like he's like an abusive prick. This kid sitting next to us would just give middle fingers to the screen and say, "Fuck you." It was a weird audience experience. I'm gonna say that it kind of added to the absurdity to the whole thing.
Speaking of fun audience experiences, did you ever see Candyman?
I did. Yeah, I didn't have that much of an audience experience at that one. I'm kind of upset.
I was at the AMC dine-in, so it was a lot smaller of an auditorium, and people are kind of separated a bit, but I think they felt separated enough to the point where they could just kind of do a commentary on the movie, which I was totally fine with because they were really adding to it.
Yeah.
And there was 3 black ladies that were just like mm-ing the whole time, and just like making every horror movie comment ever, and it was the best.
Yeah. Man,
Um,
one thing I like
and then
pointed.
like the ending, they like started fucking going off. They were just like cheering and like hollering. And it's like, yes.
Yeah. Um, one thing about like Candyman I pointed out is like you know like the opening credits and in the trailer like you know showing off like the producers and stuff, production companies.
Mhm.
It's all mirrored. One thing I would have fucking loved if they had done is if the whole movie was mirrored. It would have been so like and like to see like if anybody would have noticed it at all. You know?
Settling. I think that's for sure.
Yeah, because again, like I feel like it would have added something else to the movie. You know, like I get it if you know like they have to like add shit people have to read. You know, that can get a little like annoying, and then people like dumb idiots will complain about it to like the whoever's running the building. But I think that would have added like a little level of like nuance to like what Candyman is about.
Absolute favorite thing is when AMC theaters has little warnings about its movies at the ticketing counter, because I feel like every time I walk in there, there's a new thing where it's like, warning, Cruella has scenes of flashing lights and strobe effects, or for The Green Knight, they were like, we've turned subtitles on to negate a lot of issues that we've been having with people complaining. And then recently, they were like, God, which one was it? There was a movie recently that started out in black and white, and it's like, this movie starts in black and white and then shifts to color. Please do not come talk to us about it being in black and white. Say we fucked up on the projection.
That's one thing I miss about working at the theater is hearing those dumb fucking complaints and then just seeing if people will believe me or not.
And then the one that got me really excited was the one that I saw for Last Night in Soho today, where it said, the first 24 minutes of of Last Night in Soho all come from the left channel audio. You will get surround sound at the 24-minute point. And so I was like super excited to see what that effect was, and it did not disappoint.
Damn.
That was like a Wizard of Oz going to color moment for me. Like that shit was amazing.
Fuck, I'd have to rewatch that somewhere then because I didn't get that.
It's when she walks into the dream for the first time and she walks to like the Thunderball poster.
Okay. Damn, that
It
sucks.
just goes from mono sound from the whole first half of the movie, or the first portion of the movie, and then it goes to surround, and it is just the most pleasurable sound in the world.
Damn it, I fucking saw that at Odyssey, and you know they probably didn't give a shit.
I think it's in like the source file of the movie, but like I don't know if I would have noticed it
If not pointed out to you.
So I'm
Okay.
glad that was set up.
All right. I'm trying to think like again like still talking about like theater, like not even like theater issues, but people thinking there are issues when Coco was in theaters and they had a 20-minute short for Frozen, and everybody was pissed because it like again like there was like never any like warning. We had to set up the warnings, and then eventually they just had to take it off the movie.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like Incredibles 2 had a seizure warning. I remember that.
yeah.
And then they eventually got rid of it because they swapped it out for a whirling pattern as opposed to a strobing pattern. I don't know why they didn't think of that in the first place.
Yeah, I remember Slenderman had a strobe warning. You remember
I
Slenderman,
just
right?
think it's bizarre that movies are allowed to pass with strobe warnings. I'm like, I feel like the MPAA should like let them know and be like, hey, you guys do have a lot of strobe light issues. Like, at least
Yeah.
make that apparent to people before they go to see the movie too.
Like maybe like not like yeah during like the opening like you know production like producer credits, you know, like 20th Century
I was
Fox
thinking,
this
like,
movie
during, like, or like when you're marketing the movie, be like,
Oh,
this
okay.
motion picture has been rated so and so by the MPAA.
and features like strobe
And
effects
also,
throughout.
It features strobe effects.
Okay. That wouldn't be bad either, because again, yeah, then it just falls onto the theater if somebody has a fucking seizure, and there's no warning.
I just have a friend who has minor epilepsy, so I get nervous about taking her to some of those movies. But
it's a genuine concern for a lot of people, and some, like, most people don't even realize.
I feel like it's mostly overlooked.
Yeah.
But I think that there's been like a recent epidemic of it, just because I feel like people have, I don't know, been experimenting with lighting more recently, or
Yeah, it's been a trend recently too. Yeah, just more movies.
I feel like I didn't
doing
really
stuff
notice
like
it
that.
like a lot before, but like now it's like every other movie is like, oh, Mulan probably has some strobing effect. And it's like, why? There's no need for that.
Yeah. Let's see. One thing about Malignant too. You mentioned like my review. Do you remember Andy Blanchard from Achievement Hunter?
I think he was after my time.
Okay, yeah, he was like a cast member for a bit. He left like a few years ago, but he also liked my review, and that gave me quite the fucking emotional high
Really?
for a few days. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
It was another Mark Hamill liking my tweet moment for me.
I can't believe that Mark Hamill liked your tweet after your. Wasn't your tweet like something like about
He's
me,
like-
and like he didn't like my tweet, but he liked yours? And I was
Like,
so-
what happened with that? Yeah, you tweeted, "Hey, Mark Hamill, it's my birthday. Can I get a shout out or whatever?" And I responded, "No, but I can get but I'll give you a shout out. Happy birthday." And then he liked my tweet.
But he didn't say anything about me.
He didn't say anything about you, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
What a troll! I forgot that we had that interaction with him on Twitter. Where are you in James Bond, by the way? Did you watch Skyfall yet?
I didn't. I watched Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, and then that's where I have been the past few days.
Skyfall's so freaking good.
Oh, I still believe it. I'm really looking forward to hopping back onto that one.
I really just love all the cinematographers that they chose for the recent Bond movies. They're just like, yeah, we got like we got Deakins, we got Hoytema, we got fucking Sandgren, we did La La Land, and I'm just like, yeah, no, these are all great picks. Thank you for picking like my 3 favorite cinematographers to be shooting these movies.
They're good looking movies, except for Quantum.
Yeah, not a good looking movie, not a good edited movie, not a good written movie. It's a pretty bad movie all around.
I already forgot about what it's about. You know?
Yeah. I don't know, a lot of people gave shit to Spectre a lot, and I'm like, it really is a really good movie. Like, sure, it relies a lot on like meta narrative stuff, but as far as being a James Bond movie, it's still in the top 5.
Like, especially considering our like shared hatred.
General hatred for the damn series.
Yeah.
I'm like, if it doesn't have Daniel Craig, I don't honestly really My favorite one was like some weird fake news movie, Tomorrow Never Dies, with Pierce Brosnan. Before I watched Casino Royale, I was like, that's the high bar pre Craig.
Mm-hmm. And also just again, they just drag on so much longer than they ever need to.
They really do.
Like the movie's done, and then you see you have 20 minutes left, and like Jesus Christ,
I have like 50 minutes left, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that happens a lot
Telling me
too.
that was the end of the second act. Come on.
Yeah.
I was ready to be done.
It's always upsetting watching a Bond movie and then seeing you still have a movie left to watch.
Yeah. But the weirdest thing is that No Time to Die is nearly 3 hours long. That one flies by. Didn't have any issue with the length.
You know, when I was watching,
I honestly was like, that was nearly 3 hours? Huh.
when I was watching Halloween Kills, right, I got up to go to the bathroom, and I picked the actual worst fucking time to get up to go to the bathroom. Because...
Was it the John Wick scene?
No, because No Time to Die was getting out as I had left the bathroom. And the first fucking people to leave the bathroom was, like, they're, like, definitely, like, a couple of fucking wine parents and one other guy their same age. The first things out of their mouths were like, that movie felt so long. Was that movie long? And they were just like, that movie is so long. And then this thing happened at the end of the movie. Pretty big fucking... Yeah, pretty big fucking spoiler. I can text it... I can text it to you real quick, just so you know.
No, I know what we're talking about.
Alright, yeah.
It's the big one.
The big one, you know? And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? This is the first thing you talk about? And then I go to the bathroom, and then the two dudes fucking follow me to the bathroom. Still talking about it. I take one urinal, the dude takes another urinal next to me, and then the other guy in the stall. So I'm sandwiched between this conversation of these two dudes bitching and complaining. It's like, you can't do that to James Bond.
Yes, you can. That's like, what makes it interesting.
Yeah. Like, how could they do that? Like, and then they, like, straight up, the one dude in the stall said, first it's COVID-19, and now that happened? What has the world come to? And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I hate everything. It almost took
that person so much.
It almost ruined Halloween Kills for me because it just took me out of the mood so much. Like,
you were just like so mad about something else. You were just like, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm so fucking pissed right now. It's hard for me to focus. But then something cool happened in Halloween Kills, and it brought me right back into it.
What happened?
It's when like the nurse ends up shooting herself in the face when Michael opens the fucking door. I was
thinking you were gonna say that because that was my favorite part.
Yeah, that's that
happened, and I just went, whoa.
That's basically what happened in my theater too. Everybody was like, "Fuck!" It was so funny.
Give me a kill that makes me go, oh, shit.
Yeah, that was the moment in my review I was talking about too. Just like where everyone's jaws just hit the fucking floor. And then I was talking about it with like Pat and our friend Sharbs, and both of them had a different moment in their theaters.
Yeah.
So it was pretty fun just seeing them like crack a guess at what they thought my theater reacted to.
I have to guess it's that John Wick sequence where they're like, Michael Myers is going on a rampage because this movie has to feel like it's doing anything. Like,
I'm trying to think of like.
I didn't like Halloween Kills.
I thought it was definitely. I thought it was fun, to say the least. Again, it's definitely not.
I had a fun time, but that's because of the people I was with, not because of I liked the movie or anything.
Yeah. I was still able to enjoy it.
If I had seen it by myself, I would have been mad. I think I legitimately would have been upset about it. I was just like, I just don't really care about anything.
Yeah.
There's a couple of notes that made me go, ooh, but like the story of it, no, thank you.
Like Sam's a like big Halloween fan, or at least Michael Myers fan. And one thing that started to get pretty annoying for her was when the mob just kept shouting, "Evil dies tonight."
Oh my god.
Which I think those words have more screen time than Laurie Strode.
I'm just pretty sure that it's a requirement of every Halloween 2 for Laurie to be in the hospital, because that's just a thing that happens in every Halloween 2.
Yeah. And
every time they're like, we're gonna reset the canon, and Laurie Strode ends up in the hospital for no reason.
Like, one thing too, like, we were watching Trevor's review for the movie, and he mentioned how badass Laurie Strode is in this movie, and I was thinking, did he watch Halloween Kills, or is he lying to us right now? Because I genuinely...
Can't it be both?
Maybe. Because again, I was genuinely wondering when Laurie Strode was badass during that movie, considering she was in the hospital just about the entire time.
I don't know, man. I've been in the hospital before. Hospitals are pretty badass.
Yeah. You had whole mobs of people storming the whole hospital.
Oh my god, the mob. the whole mob mentality thing. I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna do some social commentary, and then I was like, oh my god, this is the most annoying social commentary I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Yeah. They really kept it going. Like they really just that mob just really just stayed put. For why? Because they thought they really thought Michael was gonna come to a hospital for some reason.
Yeah. Or the whole time when they're just like, it's this homeless person or this crazy person, and you're just like, everybody, it's not. Like, it's obviously not. Like, come on, guys. Seriously?
Oh shit, server maintenance starting in Animal Crossing. What am I gonna do now? Better not kick me out of the game.
So, what are your thoughts on Belfast?
I think it's hilarious because I just kept seeing Kenneth Branagh's name on it, and Kenneth Branagh is like, you know, I've never seen his Shakespeare work. I've only ever seen Thor and Tenet and Artemis Fowl, and that's all I really know Kenneth Branagh from. So I think
he was Gilderoy Lockhart in Chamber of Secrets.
That's right.
That's
yeah,
what most people know him from.
That's right. I forgot he was in Chamber of Secrets. Which again, he was very good in that movie. He was a very memorable character in Chamber of Secrets. But aside from that, and you know, he was pretty solid in Tenet too.
He was so memorable that he forgot himself.
He did forget himself, yeah.
Funny place. Where do you live here? No.
Do I live here? I haven't seen. It's been a good bit since I've seen Chamber of Secrets, but
they obliviate his memory, and
I remember that.
Out of the Chamber of Secrets, he's just like, "This is a funny place. Do you live here?" And he's talking to Ron, and Ron's like, "No."
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, and again, like I thought he did a good job in Tenet as, you know, Russian villain guy. You know, it was serviceable enough. He did good. But other than that,
I think he brings a lot more to that than people give him credit for. I think there's legitimately like something really interesting and menacing about him in that movie. But that's just me.
There's nothing like I never saw him like. There's nothing that took me out of it, other than the fact that I knew going in that it was Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
The director of Artemis Fowl and Thor. You know, and I kept.
He's also in Dunkirk. He's good in Dunkirk.
He is good in Dunkirk. Yeah. So like as an actor, he is good. As a director, I've, again, only seen Thor and Artemis Fowl. And I know he's done a lot of Shakespeare work before
he's a
Thor.
really good director when it comes down to, like, drama stuff. But, like, anything blockbustery, they're just like,
yeah.
Hey, Kenny, can you do something? And he's like, I'm gonna fuck it up, but, like, I can do it.
Yeah. And the thing with, like, Belfast, as soon as I saw Kenneth Branagh's name, I kind of chuckled to myself. Because I can't take it seriously knowing he directed Artemis Fowl.
See, I can't take it seriously because it feels so much like it's just trying to have him be like, wait, I can do Roma. I can make Roma. And he's just going to try and make it like a Roma knockoff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think you really understand what that movie was about. And like, I wasn't a huge fan of Roma. I probably don't know what it's about, but, you know.
I still haven't seen Roma.
It feels too much like he's just trying to be like, yeah, I can do that too.
But yeah, again, it's like I'm sure it's gonna get some Oscar buzz. I have no big desire to see it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if people are saying like it's the greatest movie of the year, then I'll consider seeing it. But I am in no absolute rush to see it. So.
Yeah. Okay, so where were we? So I finally saw Videodrome.
Yes, Videodrome. Tell me about that.
Great movie. Great movie.
Yeah. Dude's got
fun. Super Cronenberg-y.
Dude's got a vagina on his stomach, dude.
That was my first Cronenberg.
Same here, actually.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, honestly, and now that I do, for future reference, I'm like, okay, I can get I could jive with Cronenberg.
Yeah, long live the new Flash.
Absolutely. And there was a really cool special feature on the Criterion where it's like him, John Carpenter, and John Landis are all like talking on a show. And Cronenberg is promoting Videodrome, Landis is promoting American Werewolf in London, and John Carpenter is promoting The Thing. And it is a fascinating discussion between the three of them. It sums up all of their personalities perfectly, and it's so good. Also, you need to see The Thing, because here's the thing. It's really fucking good.
That is The Thing.
Yeah, like you will freak out how much you love it.
I'm sure I will. I've got like, there's nothing keeping me from seeing The Thing other than I think I'd have to pay for it or find out where I can watch it on streaming.
I literally bought the 4K just because I was like, I think I'm probably this movie. I'll probably watch it again. And immediately after watching it, I was like, I don't want to watch it again right
now. Let's see. Let's see.
The 4K looks incredible on it too, by the way.
Yeah? Awesome. I know I have to pick up like Suicide Squad or the Suicide Squad now. Here's the thing about here's the thing about the Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah.
As much as like I think it definitely deserves some like Oscar recognition for, you know, like technical stuff and costume and makeup and stuff. It's not
really an Oscar movie for me.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if that movie's gonna like, again, like, be considered given like, it's more of like a stacked year. For that,
it's really not a stacked year for me. I don't think.
It's good. It's good. It's like it's definitely gonna be weird come Oscar season. But my thinking is with, you know, like, now that we have Suicide Squad 2016 and the Suicide Squad, if my prediction
that the Suicide Squad is going to have less Oscars than Suicide Squad will.
Exactly. You know, should
I don't even think the Suicide Squad will get nominated.
Yeah.
I think it didn't perform well enough.
Yeah, should that happen, we'll have 2 Suicide Squad movies, but only one of them will have the title of Academy Award winning Suicide Squad. And
I honestly don't know what I would nominate it for. And they do like screenplay. Like, it's a good adapted screenplay. Like, it really is.
Yeah, I'm even thinking
Other than that,
just
I don't know what the Oscars been.
Just simple as like hair and makeup, costume design, because again, that shit was awesome in the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Visual effects were pretty fucking on point too, especially compared to like.
Okay, but King Shark was in this one, and Killer Croc was in the other one, and that was all makeup. That's probably what won it, the makeup.
That is true, and El Diablo had all those tattoos, and so did Joker.
He did have all those tattoos. They were all very instantly recognizable and iconic, but for the worst reasons I can think of.
yeah.
They really did make that movie, didn't they?
Yeah, not the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad is a movie that exists still.
Please try not to ever remind me of that fact ever again. That's something I prefer to not remember.
Vince, then what am I still doing on this earth if I can't remind you that Suicide Squad 2016 still exists and is still a movie you can watch at any time?
Yeah. I just really hate that my immediate reaction was like, this is what DC needs more of. This is a 9 out of 10.
I remember watching that like after closing one night with Joe, and we all fucking loved it so much.
Did you love it too, or
what
was your initial reaction of it?
I loved it too. I think, again, you know, just like walking out of it was like, this is fucking great. I thought it was awesome.
Did we actually really like it, or was it like we were just hyped that we got to see a comic book movie before everybody else did? Because I think that might have been like the first one that we got to do that together with.
Combination of both. Maybe it was just us. Maybe it was also just the fact that we got to hype up Slipknot as being the savior of the movie the entire time, even after he died. He did save the movie, yeah. He saved the whole Suicide Squad.
Absolutely. If there was an MVP in that movie, it was him.
It was Slipknot, yeah.
Imagine redeeming Colonel Rick Flag and making him one of my favorite Suicide Squad characters.
He was so fucking good in this movie too.
Oh my God. He's so good that I bought a shirt.
Yeah.
That's how good he was.
You got so many The Suicide Squad shirts now. You got like at least 2 of them.
Yeah. Also, David Desmalchan. Come on. Polka Dot Man.
It was really funny
Character of the year right there.
It was really funny when me and Sam were at Hot Topic and we saw the Polka Dot Man shirt and then immediately thought to send you the photo and you're already wearing the shirt.
I am literally already wearing a Polka Dot shirt.
It was really fucking funny.
I was waiting for a date to show up. Literally, I was just like, I feel called out right now.
It was a really big fun moment.
Oh yeah.
Like one moment that sticks out to me in the Suicide Squad is probably like one of the stupidest moments to even like really remember and just have stick. Is when like the whole like reactor plant is like collapsing in on itself.
Yeah.
And Idris Elba is falling floor by floor. Just one at a time.
My favorite thing in the world.
And then he just lands.
The whole time, like, they're like, anybody could die. And you're just like, every time, you're just like, oof, is it gonna be this time?
And then he lands directly in front of John Cena. It just gives him a look like.
As he's about to kill Ratcatcher too, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That movie's fantastic.
It's really. I really do want to rewatch it. Like. I haven't been craving any like rewatches this year except for the Suicide Squad.
You know who's been having a really good year?
Jesse Plemons.
What was he in this year?
He was in Antlers. Jungle Cruise. He did he was in I'm thinking if anything's last year.
Yeah.
El Camino the
last year
2019.
This year, I think that Thomas and Mackenzie is having a fantastic year between Old and Soho. Yes, please.
Yeah, I didn't even remember she was in Old because everybody got so old so quickly.
I know, right? She was one of the kid versions.
Yeah. I'm really excited.
I love how they play that movie. They play that movie so fucking well. Oh, I love Old.
It's so fucking
you
weird.
You need to rewatch Old. It's so good.
I don't know if I need to, dude. I was.
Like.
I don't think so.
I know, but like, I want you to. I wish that you could see it the way that I see it. I love it so much.
You did get me to see The Happening the way you see it, and it worked pretty well for you.
Like, all of the camera choices feel so deliberate. Like, I'm not saying that all of them make sense, but, like, they all feel like there's a purpose behind them. And it's not, like, for showiness of the visuals. It feels like it's purely made just for the storytelling. And, like, I can look at every single one of the camera angles, and if I studied it for 30 seconds, I could tell you why it is that way. You know? But it's so bizarre when you're watching it. I love Old.
They're so fucking stupid. It's just like anytime that model woman would bring up her bonitis and her calcium pills, and then all of her to just
what was the rapper's name? Mid-size sedan.
Mid-size sedan. I'll never forget that. I'll give Old credit. It's certainly one of the most memorable movies of the year.
That is M. Night Shyamalan being a dad, being like, what are these rappers named nowadays? Old size, mid-size sedan.
It's quite a name to pick.
It really is.
Like,
bless that Philadelphia, man.
I'm really excited for the Isaacs next year because
it's gonna get contentious between the two of us.
It
really is.
It's gonna be very polarizing between the two of us. And
You're gonna be like, Dune wins, and I'm gonna be like, no.
And then you're just gonna pick old for fucking so many things that I will never even consider it for.
Dude, I will pick old for cinematography right here, right now.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
think it...
You don't even make that joke, dude. Don't even joke about that. I will.
I'm not joking. I mean it.
Oh my fucking god. It's gonna.
Friendly with it, I'll do it.
It's gonna be an interesting year, to say the fucking least.
Oh yeah. At least like last year it was pretty. It felt like it was pretty normal between the two of us. We're just like, yeah, these were the good ones. These were the not good ones. This year, I thought it's been a really bad year so far. I think that the only good stuff that's really come out this year is horror, honestly.
It's been a good horror year. Like Candyman.
It has been a really good horror year.
Candyman, Soho.
Old. You got Maligna.
Maligma Balls.
Quiet Place Part 2.
I thought
Boss Baby 2.
Boss Baby
Great
2.
With how Alec Baldwin's been behaving, that's definitely overrated this point.
That whole Alec Baldwin situation is honestly so tragic and so fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't blame the guy as like Alec Baldwin the actor. I blame him as the producer who allowed that kind of thing to happen on the set.
Yeah. Like, and again, we can only like.
We can only speculate as much as.
As much as we have, and we can only like wait for info to come out to see like what was actually happening on set for shit to go that way. So that's all we can fucking do.
But that should never have been.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Again, especially after what happened with Brandon Lee, like.
And again, like he like came out like just the other day to like press for the first time. And again, like he said straight up, like there's nothing I can say about the situation because it's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah.
And like he handled it like pretty well, given like the limited amount of info he was able to share.
Also, I'm sure the man's fucking traumatized.
Yeah,
like,
especially like again, yeah, he accidentally killed somebody he considered to be a friend.
Yeah.
That's absolutely traumatizing.
Yeah.
Like, holy, like, never, like, nobody.
I couldn't even imagine. Like,
Yeah.
I really couldn't. Even.
Yeah, nobody could have fucking like predicted that or even like thought about that ever being a thing that would have happened.
Yeah.
Especially like on a movie set when everything is supposed to be pretend, all of a sudden it's fucking real.
Yeah. Like I couldn't imagine like just getting ready for a take and then boom the gun goes off and somebody behind the scenes reacts like something just happened.
Yeah.
That's what I could deal with.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else is there? We got did we talk Shang-Chi at all or no?
Not really. Before we do talk Shang-Chi, I do want to run to the bathroom.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll be right back. You can talk to chat if you want.
Hi, chat. So Shang-Chi, right? I'm just playing Halo. The first one. Oh my god, what just happened? That was bizarre.
All right, I'm back.
All right, hi back.
Hello. Shang-Chi. That's where we left off.
Shang-Chi. Yep. Actually, wait. Before Shang-Chi, I have one more movie I want to talk
Go ahead.
about. Clue.
Clue. Yeah, tell me about Clue.
Clue. Not a fan of Clue.
Yeah, I was a little like disappointed when I saw your review, but I totally fucking understand it. Because again, the whole time you are just thinking about Knives Out.
I was like, I really wish I had seen this before Knives Out, because I would have been like, oh, that really scratches an itch that I didn't know I had. But, it also felt super weird knowing that it's like a board game movie, because, like, obviously it is.
Mm-hmm.
But just seeing everybody be like, oh, I'm Mrs. Peacock, I'm Colonel Mustard. I'm just like, see, it's unnecessary. Just make a mystery movie
Yeah.
based off of Clue, but, like, you don't need to literally make it Clue. Like, come on.
I don't. Yeah, I only like just saw it like last fall for the first time, and again, I saw it with like my sister and my aunt, and like my sister's like a huge fan of the movie. She loves Tim Curry.
Yeah.
And I was just able to like buy into it like more just because again, it's just, like for me, I was just able to like have like a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. I'm very anti-fun, as you know.
Yeah. So
I honestly kind of feel like I am though. Like if I'm watching a movie by myself, I'm like I refuse to have fun. I'm like I'm watching this because I'm a very serious person who's just like
you're a very serious
yes,
man, as they say.
It's time to watch Big Trouble in Little China. I'm like I know that I would like this more if I was watching it with the boys. Like
yeah.
Ugh. I was just sitting there watching it the other day. And I was like, this movie isn't bad, but I'm just like not in the vibe for it. And I don't know, like, if I would ever be in the right vibe for it by myself. It's a weird movie.
It is a weird movie. I haven't seen it in, like, quite a few years, but I definitely remember quite an amount that happens.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now we can talk Shang-Chi.
Okay. So like I remember like I said this in my review, but like the best part about Shang-Chi, it kind of just embraces like it embraces like its heritage with its character.
Absolutely.
And it's not afraid to delve into like that like you know like Chinese mythos, that Chinese American lifestyle.
Oh yeah. I mean like I was watching it and I was like, yeah, I can definitely feel like a Chinese American person made this movie. Like I can see that coming through. It's not like Captain Marvel where I'm like, yeah, a guy and a girl that made this movie together. I'm like,
a woman
I know specifically
took part.
The person that made this movie.
Yeah, a woman took part in making this movie.
Yeah, it's weird that they were like, yeah, that one's a teen movie. And I'm like, why? I feel like it should be like a woman's singular vision, but that's whatever.
Yeah.
I guess we got that with Black Widow, and that was not because it was her. I'm just really excited for Eternals.
I'm definitely like interested. Again, I wasn't a huge fan of Nomadland. I thought it was very well made, but it didn't grab me like it did everybody else last year.
I'm the same way. Like I was not a huge Nomadland fan. I'm just interested in the fact that it seems like Chloe Zhao is really getting a lot of free reign because this isn't like doesn't feel like it's mainline Marvel.
Yeah,
Really,
and
it's enough on the outskirts where she can do her own thing with it.
Yeah, and it has a sex scene in it too. Like you don't get that in Marvel movies anymore, or you never have.
I know, right? The last one was Iron Man.
Yeah, and that was before Disney kind of like took reins of the whole franchise.
Yeah, or no, the last one was Incredible Hulk.
That's right, and that one's even like further disconnected too.
Yeah. You know what just feels really right?
What?
Playing Halo on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it would feel right, but like.
It's like I've been thinking about getting like Master Chief Collection on PC for a while now too. But
hey, if you wanna do the co-op campaign, fucking hit me up. I'll always
happily would hit you up.
I just hope that the system doesn't lag, like it always seems to.
Oh my God, yeah, it was as fun as it was on the Xbox. Sometimes it was just so fucking difficult.
I just really hope that doesn't have that same problem on PC, because I'm like, this version of the series has been out for 7 years now.
Yeah.
This should have been fixed in the first year, and it's still not fixed, and I don't think anyone's even talking about it anymore.
Yeah, because again, everybody's done talking about it because, they
like,
clearly haven't listened.
It is the co-op campaign for your 6 main games in the franchise. Like, if you're not gonna show that you care, well, why fucking bother?
Yeah. And bringing it back to Shang-Chi. It's like I like what Marvel's been doing recently. Like in terms of like like not just like not storytelling, but what's included in the story. If that's making sense.
I feel like I'm so like back and forth on how I feel about Marvel right now.
Yeah, because again, like
really know anymore.
they do a lot of back and
diverse,
forth. Like they've been doing back and forth with like big fantasy, big sci-fi, space, weird concept shit, and just like diving more into like mythos with Shang-Chi, but then like the follow-up in that universe is another espionage spy. I gotta put on a hat and sunglasses.
Yeah,
Movie.
Those are the worst Marvel properties.
Yeah, and I was talking about like the same subject with Pat the other night, and it's a very like 2014 phase Marvel, and like seeing all these Marvel movies follow that Winter Soldier formula is why I don't like Captain America and the Winter Soldier anymore. It's like
I have honestly gotten to the point where I'm like, I think I like Thor: The Dark World more than I like Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
because I'm really at that point now.
I still think you're crazy for thinking Thor: The Dark World is like remotely good.
I still think I'm crazy for that. Like,
yeah,
I don't believe in that take as much as I say it, but
that's what I've been thinking. Thor: The Dark World doesn't involve like running from the government for the umpteenth time and trying to figure out like who you can trust again.
There's at least like ideas at play where I'm like, okay, like Dark Elves, their vibe is cool.
Yeah, there's universe building happening.
If they're gonna have the same story, I'll take the one with the cooler looking paint job and production design than the one that is literally just
concrete.
What if real life concrete? And I'm just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do my laundry real quick. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
All right. I need to talk to fucking Isabella about what my island rating is, because what I'm hoping to do tonight, if I can keep myself focused and continue talking to Vince, is getting 3 stars before fucking tomorrow night, because allegedly the new update is supposed to hit tomorrow night at about 7 p.m. my time. So I want to hit 3 stars before then, just so I can focus, like when that update hits, on playing the game and all its awesome new content, instead of trying to get my island up to code. So I might be here a bit. No, I want to move that like closer to the wall. Actually, this would be a cute area to put like flowers and plants and shit, so I'm gonna move Snake's house back up here. Snake and Cherry, since they are the first 2, and the OGs, they can stay atop here. I can have like a little path that goes around the lake and the river. It's gonna be a long convoluted, I might just cut a bridge across. I think put one here. And I'd have to move the staircase. Shit.
Okay, so back to Marvel.
Back to Marvel.
Back to Marvel. So okay, so in this year they've made WandaVision.
Yes.
Really good show.
Really good show.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, not a very good show.
Not a very good
Black
show.
Widow, not a very good movie. Loki, very good show.
Very good show.
Shang-Chi, very good movie. Eternals and Spider-Man, and I'm honestly much more excited about Eternals than I am for Spider-Man.
I'm still like the opposite. Again, it's like one hope I am having
it's the
for
one time where I honestly do feel I'm like, this looks and feels like a Chloe Zhao movie, just like the same way that the Guardians movies feels like James Gunn movies.
yeah.
And I don't get that with anywhere else in the MCU right now.
And I think like one thing, like it definitely feels like a director project, you know, especially like Academy Award winning director project.
Fresh off of her Academy Award win.
Yeah, they definitely
the next movie the next year.
They definitely used that win to help with the advertising.
Oh yeah.
But
like, I even tell people about this, and they're just like, I don't know who that is. Why I should care? I'm like, she literally just won like best director last year, so like,
yeah,
give her the respect she deserves. She's great.
Yeah. She did a very.
I wasn't a huge Nomadland fan, but like it's really well directed.
Yeah, she did a really good job making a pretty okay movie. Well,
it was just like I just didn't emotionally connect to it, but I'm like, if I did, like, and I felt like it was more like a me problem than like the movie is an issue.
Yeah. Once again, like again, people were gushing over Nomadland, and I just couldn't gush about it the same way like all these other people did. And so, like, again, I'm not gonna fucking complain that, like, Nomadland won Best Picture. I'm not gonna complain.
I always forget that it won Best Picture. I still think that, like, Parasite was the last movie to win Best Picture. I'm like, literally a whole nother year happened in between them.
There's a whole nother Oscars, dude.
Yeah.
Whole nother Oscars happened.
Anyone talk about Nomadland either? Like.
Yeah, it happened. People talked about it, when it was premiering and stuff, and then award season happened,
like,
and
no one was mad about it. Like, it wasn't like it was like a Green Book or anything. Like,
it wasn't. It was a very expected win for me, and a lot of people did genuinely want it to win.
I think they gave Chloe Zhao her Oscar too early. I think it might hinder her more than it would, for sure.
Yeah.
Not to say she doesn't deserve it, she definitely does. But it's like, when you look at a director that has a really good success early on in their career, and then they are like, oh, well, I'm just going to coast off of that, it feels different than a director who's constantly trying to keep making that push.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Denis should have won for Blade Runner.
He didn't even get nominated.
Nope. And now he's probably going to get a lot of shit for Dune. And I personally don't think it's deserved, but
yeah. Again, as much as I went
from going, oh man, I sure hope they make another Dune movie, to, oh man, they're gonna make another Dune movie.
And that's the thing too. Like, I mentioned when I saw your review, like this, it's like my personal hope is that maybe this is just another Once Upon a Time in Hollywood case. Where you need to give it, or you need to rewatch it, and then you'll all of a sudden fall in love with it. That's.
Or maybe it's once I have the whole story put together, then I'll like it. But I mean, as of right now in the current state, okay.
Yeah, and again,
there's so many good part ones out there where I'm like, I watched them and I was excited for what was going to happen next, and even though I didn't know the full story, there's still a complete story being told here, the Hobbit Part 1.
And
you can watch that as its own movie, and it can be fun.
Yeah,
they don't complete their main objective, but you can watch it as a movie, and you're like, yeah, that was a movie.
And that's the thing too, all these part ones, Back to the Future, Star Wars, they're all self-contained movies that have sequels and set up for potential sequels. Dune is just ready to go for a sequel, and out the gate didn't even know it was going to have a sequel.
I'm literally you made half of the story, and you don't even know if you're gonna make a part 2 yet. And I'm like, if like maybe you shot both of them side by side, and like you were like ready to go on both of them, like sure, go for it. If it's like a Lord of the Rings situation or Pirates of the Caribbean situation, go for it. But you didn't even have planned that you were gonna make a sequel yet.
Yeah.
You had hopes, but like that was it. And it weirds me out that this one is successful, whereas Blade Runner wasn't. Where I'm like, literally why? Like I don't understand it.
I don't get it either, because again, Blade Runner was like absolutely like phenomenal. Everybody who saw it loved it,
and everybody agreed that it was. Like, there's not even people being like, yeah, it's kind of like half a movie, so it kind of feels a little weird. But
it's pretty boring.
But that's the weird thing. Dune is boring as fuck too, but it's not boring enough.
Like, there's like not enough happens in the movie, but also like a little too much happens.
I'm also not bored enough yet.
Yeah, like I told Pat like Pat saw it, and Pat like read just about up to like Pat read the book just about up until like where the movie ended, and even he was like a little bit like, he still like was able to like enjoy it enough, but not as much as like everybody else.
Yeah.
And again, I think he like chucks it down to like he has read the book. He knows what cool shit is missing out of the movie. And he was just expecting to see more.
It seems like it's a fairly faithful adaptation.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, they're hitting all the beats. They're doing a good job of it, but like, there's nothing behind it. Like, I don't feel a connection to any of these characters. Like, everyone's like, oh, Duncan Idaho is great, and I was like, I don't really give a shit.
It's funny because, again, like, Sam does not give a shit about Jason Momoa as Aquaman. She doesn't fucking care about the Aquaman movies. But she loved Duncan Idaho in this movie.
Which is so strange. Where I'm like, I feel like he has a lot more charisma in Aquaman, obviously, but he's going for, like, movie star charisma as opposed to, like, just somebody in your life that you really like charisma, which is what he's going for here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get that a little bit, but...
It's
a weird movie.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like so shocked that it's as big of a blockbuster as it was. Like, I think that it honestly would have worked a lot better as a limited series. And since we are in the golden age of television and we have gotten things that are as epic in scale as Dune, it feels weird to not have that be a television series as opposed to, what it is now.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like 2 movies is too limited for what you can do with Dune.
And again, like, I definitely think, like, Denis is certainly proving himself to be the man to be able to adapt Dune. It's, again, I think it's just, like, the pacing of the movie and, like, the structure of what he wants the series to be feels a little misguided.
Like, Dune also had really weird pacing issues to me, too. I don't know about you, but...
Like,
I constantly felt like I was like, that was a really long movie, but then I was also like, that's it? Like, I don't feel like anything happened here. Like, I've seen 90-minute movies that feel more jam-packed than Dune did in 2.5 hours.
I'm trying to think of, like, what I've seen recently that felt, like, super fucking jam-packed based on the runtime. Or just... shit is just
like,
moving so
fast. I can tell you almost every beat from Cop Shop, but I couldn't tell you, like, more than 5 from Dune. That says anything about the disparity between the two. For me, personally.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Cop Shop is, like, a movie that I'm engaged with, but I'm not, like, hinging on every word and all that. I feel like Dune has way too much world building, and I don't feel like it's very accessible for audiences, which is why I think it's weird that it was so successful.
Yeah, and the weird thing, too, is, like, there's so much world building, but they leave out such details that, like, people I see online just start complaining about, like, why they don't have guns even though they're 8,000 years in the future. Which, there is an explanation in universe that is not explained in the movie, and I only found out because I just happened to listen to the right podcast this week.
I don't know. I don't like the whole shields thing either. I don't think they make any sense.
It's like, yeah, they didn't explain that either.
They spent time explaining it, but also they were like, yeah, a slow knife will go through, and I'm like, okay, but like these people are fighting really quickly, and they keep stabbing each other, and sometimes it bounces off, and sometimes it goes through them. And I'm just like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
How
Like,
this works.
Like, I only caught the explanation, again, like, during the same podcast I was listening to. But, yeah, and it's, again, they made that same point, too, just, like, you got all this, like, tech, these shields, only work if you go slowly through them. But, again, they're fighting just like they would any other, like, sword fight.
Yeah. It's not like they're doing, like, a more slow and methodical style of combat to go through the shields. Doom doesn't make any sense to me. I wish it did.
It's a lot of jam packing.
It feels hollow though. Like it feels like there's nothing in it. Like
there's so much.
I don't know where the story is going. Like I know that like the whole thing is like it's like an anti-hero's journey where it's like, Paul is kind of an asshole and he's gonna turn into the villain sort of thing. But I'm like, I never really got that vibe from yet. Like I don't know. Did I miss something huge or like what? Like
I honestly don't know because again, everybody else, again, like I enjoyed it. Like you're the only person, like who genuinely didn't like it. Pat.
And like that's why I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Where I'm just like, I don't.
You feel like you're missing something. I
want to understand why people like it, and then people are just like this. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't agree with that. Like I don't. I don't know.
It's definitely a strange scenario. Again, like being the one person to hate to like actually like not enjoy the one movie everybody is currently freaking out about.
I wanted to enjoy it. Like
yeah,
I wanted to enjoy it so. How much I wanted to enjoy
it. I believe me, I know.
Super high expectations because like reviews came out and people were like, "It's really good, but it's not like that great." Like it's. I was like, okay, like I've tempered my expectations. Like I feel like I know what I'm kind of getting into. And then I was just like, I am not bored enough by this.
Yeah.
This feels too action-packed.
Again, like, yeah.
But also this feels way too dense for general audiences, so I don't know what the fuck this is for.
Like, it's such a bizarre case.
I can't tell if I'm too stupid for Dune or if I'm too smart for Dune. Like, I don't understand. And I think that because of that, I'm probably too stupid for it. But like, I don't. I keep saying I don't know because I just don't know.
You just don't know. Yeah.
I don't really know how to like express that other than just keep saying I don't know a bunch.
But you did understand Last Night in Soho.
Hell yeah, that shit slaps.
Yeah. I was like so like the what's so crazy about Soho is like again like I think it's just like being like fairly like overshadowed by Dune right now, and like not many people are talking about it. Thankfully.
Yeah, like I think it's got completely overshadowed to the point where I'm like, no one is talking about this movie. I think it's gonna be like it's gonna be like one of those forgotten classics. It's gonna be like a Scott Pilgrim scenario. And
yeah.
Of course, it's from Edgar Wright again. And he does deserve this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He keeps making some of the best movies of the year, and like. He just never gets the credit for it from the general audiences until way too late.
Again, I was able to like really like enjoy Last Night in Soho again, just from like a filmmaking standpoint. The editing is absolutely fucking insane.
Oh, it's so freaking good.
Like all the camera work, everything just feels like.
There were so many scenes like with all the mirrors where I'm just like, how did they do that?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Like, I don't think that it's a visual effects shot. Like I think that they just did that practically, but I want to know how do they do that?
How they make that,
I know there's a lot of stuff where it's like swap outs and stuff like that, but like there's so much of it too where I was just like I don't know how they did that, and that's really cool.
The whole dance between.
It doesn't feel like it's an obvious visual effect.
Yeah. Like the whole
Give me stuff that makes me think, but doesn't make me immediately just be like, oh yeah, it's CGI.
Yeah, the whole dance between like Matt Smith, Andy Tojo, Thomas and Mackenzie just swapping back and forth.
Yeah, honestly,
Like,
that's a super effective, simple special effect. Where I'm like, they just go off camera and they swap out. But
yeah,
like the way that they do it is
the
so fucking like
frequency,
perfectly timed out.
yeah, the
It's
frequency and
perfect.
the blocking, the camera work is so very fucking well done and
Or like
pulled
I don't know
off.
how like because like if they had like just a standard mirror, I'm like, okay, well you have Anya on one side, and you have Thomas on the other side,
Hmm.
but they have like one where it's like three mirrors set up next to each other, like it's like a beauty station thing, and she's looking at it from each angle, and I'm like, okay, well I don't think that they can't just like make three of her and have her be behind all of them. Like I don't know how
Yeah,
they did that. It's really cool.
yeah, it's so fucking well made, and it really like throws you for a loop so many fucking times too.
Oh yeah.
Like one moment I was absolutely fucking ready to just throw my hands up and fucking hate the movie. You know,
Really?
it's like you'll understand why when like as I'm explaining, but like I've already got the spoiler warning for Last Night in Soho up on stream, so I can talk about it freely. But when she like confronts her landlord, and she reveals she's been Sandy the whole time, she's like feels threatened. She
I think
books it
that's a brilliant
upstairs.
twist.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't see
no,
that coming until I
that's
saw the envelope. And I was like, oh,
that
like I like freaked out for a second. I was like, oh my god.
that was really good. I thought that was very well
That's how
done
I
too.
got it. I was like, they better reveal it really soon, or else I'm gonna like think I'm smarter than this movie. In like the next minute, they just announce
What
it. I was like, okay, cool.
what I was ready
Yeah,
to
man.
hate was when she's upstairs about to like call the police, and all the ghosts show up. They start pulling her down. They get her onto bed, and then one of them picks up the phone and is like, "Help us!" And I was like, "They're not about to fucking make the men the victims of this story, are they?"
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I thought they were about to do that. And I was like, Edgar Wright, you're so much fucking better than this. What the fuck are you actually doing?
And he's like, no, they don't deserve redemption. Like, fuck no.
Yeah, and then, again, like, Thomason's just like, no. And then she just stops. She stops trying to call the police and just tries to get out. Yeah.
Nasty ass pieces of scum bones.
Yeah. So I was like,
the soundtrack
okay.
slaps too. Like,
Absolutely.
all the music from it gave me very much like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood vibes, where I was like, I would put this on a playlist with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and just make like a movie radio
Mm-hmm.
thing that I can just like oh yeah, this is from that movie.
Yeah, it was so fucking well made, well shot, well edited,
And
well
honestly,
acted.
You can't even imagine how nervous I was, because in the last couple of weeks, I had seen *Malignant*, which I thought was good, but I wasn't like as in love with it as everyone else seemed to be. I'd seen *Dune*, which was a massive disappointment to me. I
Yep.
saw *French Dispatch*, which was a massive disappointment to me, and *Eternals* just got bad reviews, so I was like kind of nervous about it. And I'm like, Soho was of the three, like the Wes Anderson, Villeneuve, and Edgar Wright, I was like the least looking forward to it. So I was like, oh no, what if I hate this one too? And I'd been hearing kind of like middling things about it. And I was like, I sure hope I like it.
Yeah.
I can't stand being disappointed again, and I can't believe how much I liked it. Like, I really did.
Mm-hmm. It's again, it's like, it's not like,
I was like, ah yes, cinema, she's there.
yeah, it's not like a big surprise out of Edgar Wright. I mean, the only real surprise is that like he made a horror movie and it's good, but again, he's proven himself.
It's not really like scary to me, but it does get under my skin a bit. Where I'm just like, yeah,
No, yeah,
that'd be a bad situation.
but like it's a non-traditional Edgar Wright movie.
Oh yeah,
Like even more than Baby Driver was, because again, like Edgar Wright's proven himself like with every movie he's made that he is a very competent director. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to make
and I'd be very much into it.
Yeah, and he knows how to make a movie just completely unique and original, and just memorable. Especially like with his Cornetto trilogy, he made like all these comedies that could have been so fucking basic and just so like cliched, but he made them completely unique.
Use actual filmic techniques to actually make these better than they have any right to be.
And yeah, and just like again, like just doing something like no other director can even like think of doing.
Yeah, like he is constantly like pushing
yes,
other
we are.
filmmakers to be like, no, you can do better.
Yeah.
Like studio comedies, he was like, no, you guys can do better. Video game movies, Scott Pilgrim, no, you guys can do better.
Yeah. Again,
Crime action movies, Baby Driver, you can do better. And Last Night in Soho, it's just like, no, horror can be really great. I mean, horror's been on top this decade, I think, just because
we're in quite
really
we're
talented people behind it.
We're in quite the renaissance right now, even though we still have the really shitty micro budget horror movies. But
I would say since like 2013, probably horror's been near the top in terms of genres. And it's not just like a personal preference because I'm not like a big horror person. And whenever I think of like micro movies, I'm not like, oh, that's a horror movie. But like I look at it and I'm like, oh, well, like we had The Conjuring, we had It, we had
it's a notable
all the A24 stuff that's been incredible.
It's a notable increase in quality that we haven't seen for like quite a while. I mean, like
it was the when it was being called intellectual horror, and people were like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like that's the stupidest thing you could ever say.
Yeah, and just again, like
the same people would be like, "John Wick is intellectual action." It's like, no, they just gave a shit when they were doing choreography. Like
it's just well made. There's nothing smart about John Wick. You can see what's happening, and you can tell it feels real.
There's clarity. That's it.
Yeah, there's clarity. You know, the editing is clean. The choreography is so well done.
It's tight.
It's tight. Yeah, and you don't have to roll. You don't
to keep you interested.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it's just
that hasn't been around for forever. But it's just you have the right people working behind the cameras. You get the best out of people doing that.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, you still have all these shitty, you know, like you're taking threes, you know, you can't tell what the fuck is happening, but then you also still, again, like, have your John Wick, say you have your Nobody, you know, granted, every fucking time there's like...
Nobody's really fun. Nobody talks about Nobody. That's
a
good movie.
I still haven't seen it.
It's a great movie, but it's good.
I still haven't seen it, but I can, like, based on what I've heard, people still enjoyed it, like, pretty well.
It's got a good soundtrack, though.
Yeah. And again, you know, you can, from what I understand, you can also tell what's happening because you're enjoying what you're seeing.
It's very clear.
Yeah.
It might not be John Wick levels of clear because I rewatched John Wick the other day, or I rewatched scenes from John Wick 3, show my roommate who was like, I'm not really into action. I was like, here, can I show you like the knife fight scene in John Wick 3 to like try and change your mind about it? She's like, yeah, sure. And then she saw it and she's like, oh, that's really good. And I was like, yep, that's just what happens when you have clarity. Like,
this is what happens when you know how to tell people how to do stuff.
If you have storytelling in your movie that you can actually convey to people, it doesn't matter what the story is, as long as it's clear and concise. Well,
yeah, John Wick 1 is bare bones about, you know, like a guy trying to like get revenge for like some douchebag teenager who killed his dog. Granted, again, they tell you why the dog is much more important than, you know, it's a dog.
They set up the stakes as to why it's important to them.
Yeah.
And you feel that.
You feel that.
It happens.
Yeah.
You're like, you feel personally betrayed.
Mm-hmm. So, like, yeah. But again, it's also just about, like, watching this dude kick so much ass, and you can see you can
yeah, this is completely justified.
Yeah, you can see everything happening too, and you're just there to watch some dude fucking take names and take more names and more names. There's one trailer I've been wanting to talk to you about.
Okay.
It's a trailer for The Devil's Light.
I have not even heard of this movie.
I've only seen the trailer twice in theaters, and it looks like it's gonna be like one of those shitty, you know, horror movies that comes out in February. But it's not a January release, which gives me just a little bit more hope.
Scream coming out in January gives me zero hopes for Scream.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like I saw that release date, I saw the trailer, I was like, you know what? This could be so much better.
I have never seen a Scream movie, and I was just like, I don't even know if I need to watch these in order to watch this one, because I probably won't be watching this one. So,
yeah.
You know, whatever.
And like,
I do want to watch the original Scream sometime.
yeah, I feel like I need to at this point. But
just not because of a new Scream is coming out and I want to
yeah,
catch up.
Yeah.
This one because I'm like I couldn't give less of a shit about what is happening in the series.
But with the Devil's Light, it's basically about like this this nun, you know, she's having a little trouble with some demons coming after her, you know, like she's got.
Studio's doing this? Is this Warner Brothers?
I don't even know which studio it is. It's honestly not even
like
important.
Indie?
Not even indie, just like
low budget studio.
Like yeah, just it's just like presented as a low budget horror movie. But it's like yeah, it's just like this nun has a lot of childhood trauma going on. You know, she's got a lot of issues. You know, from her mom. Her mom probably was possessed a lot. And you know, she's like as a nun, she realized like, hey, all these demons that tormented my mom are coming after me still. And like at her nun school, the trailer introduces it as like saying whatever school for exorcism, and that's what hooked me from the fucking get-go. It's like they're just setting up this whole fucking school where you get to learn about being an exorcist, and I was immediately grabbed, just ready for stupid world building. And like the whole stipulation, like she's a woman, she can't be an exorcist, you know, like Catholic Church bullshit.
Is that what they're doing with it? Or?
Yeah. No, like like the priests are like, we basically have to, otherwise she will just get possessed. Like this is like she needs to know how to protect herself against these demons, because they're after her.
Yeah.
But I was
as demons be.
Yeah, I was just so like immediately hooked into the idea that they're just trying to sell me a school for exorcism where priests get to learn how to be exorcists. I was like immediately just ready. I don't know why it's such a stupid idea, but I loved it.
Speaking of exorcism and nuns, how was Saint Maud? Did you see that one?
I haven't seen Saint Maud yet. I really fucking want to.
Okay, I thought it was going to come out in theaters, and I don't think it ever came out around me.
Definitely not around me. I think it got. It's on Hulu though.
It got like a super limited release.
Very. But it's on Hulu. I'm definitely gonna catch it before the end of the year. I'm gonna consider it for the Isaacs too. So be ready.
I don't. Is it in our eligible time frame or no?
I honestly don't even know. I think it got dropped to Hulu and like Hulu Epics.
Like February or something like that.
I don't even remember when it got dropped onto like Hulu, like Showtime, because again, it just got dropped on there one day. Also, for the Isaacs time frame, I know we're doing like April 1st onward. Are we doing till like the end of this year, or are we keeping like a weird fucking like
I think it'll be the month before it happens. So like if the Oscars happen in February, we'll be like, okay, until January 31st will be the deadline.
Okay. Granted, I don't think we'll be including many January movies anyway, so.
What do you mean? Those are the best movies.
You're right. Scream 5 is gonna fucking sweep.
Is it the fifth one? I thought it was the fourth one.
No, the fourth one apparently was pretty good. Again, I haven't seen a Scream movie at all, but this is the fifth one. They couldn't even call it five cream.
Wait, wasn't the last one called like Scriform?
Yeah, it was totally Scriform, but they totally they're just calling this one Scream instead of 5 cream.
So are 3 movies in this one series called Scream?
Yeah.
And they all follow one continuity?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that we were all on board for whatever the fuck that means.
And again, it's only like 5 movies, one continuity since like 97, 98, 96 at like the earliest.
I want to say it was like 95.
It was definitely mid 90s for sure.
Yeah.
No fucking earlier than 95. But yeah, and just like again, like all of them, like more than half of them are just named Scream. And I was thinking about that point. Halloween has like 2 movies, or like technically 3 movies named Halloween, but one of them is an entire separate continuity. You know, the Rob Zombie Halloween. And it's referred to as Rob Zombie's Halloween. And like, the only other time they went with Halloween as the main title was for the 2018 one, which again worked as a soft like reboot revival for the franchise. So it's, you know, a little bit more forgivable, but it does make it a little bit more convoluted to talk about still. Not as bad as Scream, but again, you can just throw a number on Scream.
Yeah. I have to like Rob Zombie Halloween movies.
I haven't seen the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I've got no immediate priority. I do want to get through the Halloween movies at some point, especially because I
bizarre and weird. And I was like, okay, cool. This is just fucking awful, but like it's unique. I don't know.
Yeah. I do want to see like Halloween 3 just because I feel like I'm really gonna love Halloween 3.
I honestly, you could fall on either fence of Halloween 3. I think you might fall on the liking it side though.
Yeah.
It does have maybe one of my favorite endings in a horror movie. I'm not gonna spoil it for you because it's just so fucking good. But like, oh, I can't wait for you to tell me about that.
Yeah. I'll keep you posted on when I get to Halloween 3. I know it.
Did you see Halloween 2 yet?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. One thing about like Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is hyping up that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are for sure in the movie.
I could give less of a shit that they're in that movie.
It's not even that. Part of me hopes that they're not going to be in it, just because I think that'll be fucking funny. Yeah. Because again, like the only people who have
it's so convoluted. Like they're not part of this story.
Yeah, the only benefit that would serve is just fan service, and only that.
Yeah.
But
and I honestly don't want Toby and Andrew in the MCU at all because for the same reason I don't want to be like the MCU is sacred, but like you're really cheapening the brand at every turn here, and it's just like,
yeah,
it feels like it's like less special that you have this huge universe together when you keep pulling shit that doesn't matter to it.
Yeah, and like again, like you know, like I understand that people do enjoy Venom, but I don't know why they enjoy Venom. Venom is a bad movie franchise, and now they're adding, you know, like that character into this universe. Just out of nowhere, just because, like, hey, look, he's in the universe now, and it's just totally unjustified.
Yep.
And like, for them to like do that too, again, it puts like, you know, like the idea of like the MCU's Spider-Man just like completely just like, you know. Like, I remember, like...
If they were to bring in the X-Men in their current state, I'm like, if you bring the X-Men in, you better reboot the shit out of that. Like...
Yeah, no, like, please. I don't fucking want to see...
anything from before into it, because that's just going to make things too confusing. And X-Men is already confusing. You don't need to keep messing with MCU.
X-Men, as it has been left off with, you know, Dark Phoenix, Simon Kinberg is my mortal enemy. His X-Men characters better not fucking show up in the MCU. Because I will forfeit my life.
Have you seen this trailer for this movie called The 355?
Dude, like, don't even get me started on the 355.
I was like, oh, this might be a cool idea, and then it said Simon Kinberg at the end. I was like, oh, never mind.
You know, I remember that movie being announced, and I was like, this looks like a generic action movie starring women. And sure as hell, it definitely does. And then I saw Simon Kinberg, and I was like, all right, this is definitely going to be fucking awful. And then I forgot Simon Kinberg was attached to it, but I still remembered the 355. And for whatever reason, my dumb little pea brain wanted to figure out who was directing it again without looking it up. And my mind went to Peter Berg, which still feels kind of like...
You would never.
I feel like he could.
Women as action stars, Peter Berg would never.
I mean, throw Mark Wahlberg in there and he might.
I mean, he wouldn't even let another man be an action star if it wasn't fucking Mark Wahlberg.
I was about to say, like, didn't, like Peter Berg definitely made an action movie, but he absolutely put Mark Wahlberg front and center. That was fucking, what, Mile 22?
Mile 22, yeah.
Yeah.
The best movie of all time.
It was so fucking funny. It's like...
It's so bad. Like,
it's
I can't
so,
tell you what that movie's about, but I can tell you how bad they edited that movie is.
It's so bad, but it's so funny at the same time. The movie is, like... John Malkovich is in that movie.
He is?
He's like Mark Wahlberg's
I everything
boss.
about this movie other than, like, how bad he is.
Oh, yeah, the editing is definitely, like, the most memorable part of the movie because it is genuinely, like, one of the worst things an editing room can do.
Suicide Squad. Say what you will about Suicide Squad. I can tell you things that happened in that movie. I can tell you characters in that movie. I can tell you actors. I can't tell you a goddamn thing other than Mark Wahlberg is in Mile 22 and it's directed by Peter Berg.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's... Like, Mile 22 is something else, and definitely not worth anybody's time whatsoever. If you find yourself wanting to rewatch Peter Berg's filmography, ask yourself why is that important to you? Peter Berg's filmography...
Deepwater Horizon is pretty solid.
Deepwater Horizon's pretty solid. I guess if you're my dad, you'll like Patriots Day. Maybe Lone Survivor too.
Patriots Day.
It's like Peter Berg is a very dad director for those first three movies, and Deepwater Horizon generally was a pretty solid movie. But other than that, you do not need to waste your time on Peter Berg at all.
Oh yeah.
It is like never consider yourself for Peter Berg. Just don't. Don't do it. You don't need to. Unimportant.
There's too many good directors out there for me to waste my time on fucking Peter Berg of all people.
Unless you have somehow managed to get through every important director in the long 120 years of cinema history. There's no point in Peter Berg. I don't know how we managed to get like from Spider-Man. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I remember the little breadcrumbs from Spider-Man to Peter Berg. I remember now. It was all just like, yeah, Spider-Man, and then bringing in the X-Men, and then bringing in Simon Kinberg, and then 355. I thought 355 was Peter, or like yeah, Peter Berg, and then we just went off on Peter Berg.
As most people should.
Yeah, I've never realized just how, like, really awful Peter Berg is until I've had to think about Peter Berg.
Yeah.
Bringing it back to Spider-Man again, it's only been Marvel fans hyping it up that, you know, these Spider-Men are coming back. You know, like, I get it if they want to keep it a secret.
People do though, like, I don't know. I just think it's a bad idea.
You know, you can make a great Spider-Man movie without bringing nostalgic Spider-Man into it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I was about to say bringing
Does
in...
anyone honestly expect Spider-Man 3 to be good either? Because, like, there's never been a good third Spider-Man movie.
You know, a lot of people are banking on this one being good. I think solely because, again, just multiverse, all these characters coming back. And I think Like,
But
sure,
isn't that exactly what damned it the first time, was just oversuppliting it with fan service that people actually hated because it fucking sucks?
yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's again, it's just
post postmodern. Fucking hated it.
yeah. Martin Scorsese was right. Fuck movies. But it's like like Kevin Feige and even Andrew Garfield are trying to do all this like damage control. Just because, again, like if they're not in the movie, they don't
Here's
want
the
people to
thing.
get mad at them.
Here's what happens.
Then you get
Sony is an issue because Sony has always been bad with leaks. Remember when PSN got hacked? Remember when all the Sony emails got leaked and we heard about a lot of their projects? And all that got leaked. And they don't run a tight ship over there. And then they're like, we need to keep one of the biggest movie secret things in it. Just fucking announce it already because we know what's happening, or we know that it's not like.
and what's crazy too.
Because at this point, as I find out from rumors, and I'm like, cool, I would have loved to just watch the damn movie and just find out that, but...
See that in the trailer, like seeing Doc Ock in the trailer for the first time. You know, would have been cool, but I still digress.
I'm just so sick of like hearing about so many castings too. Like I'm overhearing about like, oh, who's in the new Marvel movie? Like, fucking what's his name playing Adam Warlock? I'm like, cool. I wasn't even thinking about him at all, and now I have to think about him for the part.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, again, it would have been cool to see.
When is he gonna come back? It would be better if I just was watching a movie and he just shows up.
Yeah, I would have much preferred, you know, like an official announcement that Will Poulter, that's his name, would be playing Adam Warlock. I would have much preferred an official announcement instead of, you know, like leaks happening and then good guy James Gunn confirming the leak just so then it's just out of the way. Good on him, you know, for not trying to hide it. But damn.
Yeah.
These fucking leaks. And now because of these leaks, everyone's getting up in arms about like Spider-Man being in the movie, you know, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. And if they're not in the movie, because Marvel's trying to keep it hush-hush, if they're not in the movie, everyone's going to hate the movie, which I think will be hilarious, personally. You know, Andrew Garfield, Kevin Feige are trying to keep it down, keep people's expectations reasonable.
And y'all keep it down, please.
Yeah, either so that way, you know, they don't hate the movie when, you know, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire aren't in the movie, or...
when their insane expectations aren't met.
Yeah, when their insane expectations aren't met, or if they are in the movie, people are still blown away.
People are pleasantly surprised that happened, as opposed to expecting it to happen.
Yeah, you know? And like, again, like, it's, like, only been, like, again, people like we used to fucking work with at the theater, like, saying, like, of course Andrew Garfield would say no that he's not in Spider-Man, because that's what he wants us to think. It's like, maybe it's just because
he doesn't want you to think a damn thing. He doesn't give a shit what you think.
Yeah, maybe it's also because he doesn't want people to come under fire at him for when he's not in the movie. You know? And like... it's just like all that like echo chamber stuff. You know, thankfully it's over something stupid as like, you know, like a Marvel movie. But they are setting all their expectations astronomically high. And just telling themselves about it. That's what's happening. And like taking every piece of information they can possibly find that ends up getting deleted like right away. And just... again, just yelling at each other about it and not listening to anything. And from what I hear too, people are like trying to like talk to Tobey Maguire about it. You know, him just hanging out in LA at a fucking coffee shop. People like go up to him and ask him if he's in it and he'll give a wink. But again, what fucking stakes does Tobey Maguire have in Hollywood these days? He's got no big properties to worry about. He's retired essentially, you know, from acting unless he really wants to do that project like The Boss Baby. And Pawn Sacrifice, yeah. Like, he doesn't... he's not like a big, you know, like, current leading man anymore. Because he doesn't want to. Yeah, he's gonna be in the Damien Chazelle's next movie, but probably because he wants to be in that movie. He's not clamoring for acting roles, so he has nothing at stake if he decides to lie to fans because he thinks it's funny. And granted, if that is true, and he is just trolling on purpose, I applaud him because it is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. I think people need to bring fucking comic book movie nerds down a peg because they keep thinking that they're tough shit, and I'm like, listen, just because you're the most popular franchises doesn't mean that you're great. I love the movie.
Like, yeah, love the movie. Love the movie, but
like,
shut up. Yeah. It's like half my Facebook feed is just the same person posting about like Marvel memes, like, like how like they love Marvel, like it's quirky to still think that like, being like a Marvel fan is like, like quirky and nerdy, but it's not because it's the biggest fucking franchise in film history. Like, and like people with like, like I get it if you like grew up reading comics and you're like just excited to see like your childhood characters like on screen, that's fine. But like some of these people I know only started giving a shit about Marvel movies because that's what was popular.
Yeah.
And like seeing them with like
that's a good portion of the mainstream.
Yeah. Again,
I mean, like I'm like that too. Like I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I've read comic books all my life because I did.
Yeah, I've read 2 comic books, before Deadpool came out. And I was definitely on that Deadpool hype train in like 2015 before the movie came out, but
you just saw him in X-Men Origins Wolverine, you were like, yes, more of that guy, please.
Absolutely! I loved X-Men Origins Wolverine when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it so many times on a plane, dude. But yeah, it's just like all these like, like I don't want to sound like I'm trying to like gatekeep Marvel and like gatekeep the sanctity of like comic books, but it gets to a point when it does come off as just annoying when you're making your personality based off the largest, like film franchise and Disney moneymaker.
It's like a niche thing right now.
It's not a niche thing, no.
No. It's like when people are like, "Oh, I'm such a nerd. I love Marvel and Star Wars." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
You're not a nerd. You're just
everybody does. You're a regular fucking human being.
Like I'm not gonna say normie, but normal. You're normal.
And like, it's not even that different. But if someone was like, "Yeah, I'm like just really into Ghostbusters," I'd be like, "That's a little different." Like,
that's a little different because we don't get
weird, but it's different.
We don't get any sort of like Ghostbusters news or a Ghostbusters project every 6 months.
Yeah.
Granted, we've had like we had like the 2016 movie and this new Afterlife movie coming out, but again, that's it. Aside from Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and like maybe like like one cartoon in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's like a genuine thing you can get into, Ghostbusters, but Marvel, it's just like welcome to the fucking boat.
Yeah. It's like, okay, but like which Marvel thing do you like?
The MCU. It's like, all right.
Even in the MCU, it's like, are you a big Thor person? Do you like those movies at all? Do you like Iron Man? Do you like Captain America? Like, because each of them are their own different series within a larger franchise.
Yeah, and I think that's like what's like missing now from the MCU too. Is it used to be just like contained character franchises that would meet up occasionally. Now it's just one giant thing.
Now it's expected. Now it's like it's just more characters.
Now it's like
why did the Hulk and Carol Danvers show up at the end of Shang-Chi? I could not tell you.
Yeah, now it's like again all these unrelated characters coming in to like set up another completely unrelated movie. Like why? Can't
like, there should be no reason why like someone is really into Doctor Strange and then they see the post-credit scene and they're like, oh, well, now I gotta go see the 3rd Thor movie, even though I haven't given a shit about Thor forever.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, like... what, like, these characters, like, and that's the thing with, like, the post-credit scenes, too. It sets up that expectation that it's building up to something different and completely unrelated to the movie I just watched. You know, like, the whole, like, the end credit scene for, like, Avengers 1, they're just eating shawarma. It's not setting anything more up. And, you know, like, that's funny at
they
first.
Set up the big Thanos thing.
They set that up, and they, at the time, they didn't even know that's where the franchise was gonna go. Like, dare I say his name, but Joss Whedon threw that in for the comic book fans.
Yeah.
And then the shawarma thing, they thought of, like, literally last minute, just before the movie would premiere.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Evans is hiding his beard in that scene. Like,
yeah. On top, and, like, but now, like, every Marvel movie is expected to set up something else unrelated to the franchise now.
Or, like, I feel like people are just watching it for the post-credit scenes. I'm just like, you do know that, like, there's an entire movie here that you were excited for.
You just sat down
a while ago, but you literally got through the whole thing, and all you have to talk about is the end credits.
Yeah, that's why, like, you know, like, again, Eternals has had no setup or allusion to it whatsoever, aside from just trailers and just, you know, like, Marvel talking about it. There's no in-universe conversation about the Eternals, which I think is great, because I know, like, I know the movie's coming out. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know how Rocket Raccoon has any sort of, like, play into the Eternals.
I don't want to hear how Rocket Raccoon would go gay for Brian Tyree Henry's character.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like that. I don't really need to.
Yeah. Which is, and again, like, it's that expectation Marvel has set up that every movie has a post-credit scene, and now everybody's wasting their time, you know, at the end of 1917 thinking there's going to be a post-credit scene. Which is why
those are the worst, but they're just like...
Yeah.
Some random non-Marvel property is going to have it. It's like, do you really care?
Mm-hmm.
Would it change anything if there was a post-credit scene at the end of Cats? Like...
Yeah. And like... And then you get to the point in, like, Marvel where, like, the post-credit scene is actually a waste of fucking time and does not do anything. Like the final post-credit scene for Ant-Man and the Wasp, where it's just the ant playing the drums.
Mm-hmm.
They threw that in only because they knew they needed to have a post-credit scene, otherwise people were going to flip their shit. You know, the only thing they had to set up was Endgame, and they set that up with the mid-credit teaser, you know, about, like, you know, like, again, setting up, you know, Ant-Man stuck in the quantum realm, and then, you know, you just got an ant playing the drums for absolutely no reason, and it's not even funny.
That should have been at the end of the movie. That shouldn't be a post-credit scene, because that is essential information. Like, you can't just watch Ant-Man and the Wasp and then go to Endgame and then be like, wait, what happened if I didn't see the post-credit scene? You can't do that.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, it is
There's
really
no
funny.
Logical jump from there.
Yeah, and then you get the ones, you know, like Spider-Man Homecoming. The post-credit scene, the mid-credit scene only sets up that Spider-Man is a returning character now in this universe. And then the end-to-end credit scene is making fun of you for sitting it down and wasting your time waiting for something else. That shit's funny, and it doesn't feel pointless because they got a joke out of it. Like, yeah, like Spider-Man Homecoming doesn't set anything up other than Spider-Man's in the universe.
Yeah.
And the end credit scene, again, just points and laughs at you for sitting down for 20 extra minutes. And teaches you about what disappointment feels like. And setting your expectations up too high.
What if they did that for the entire... What if all of No Way Home is just that?
It's just all the extra B-rolls that they filmed, like Captain America doing for that gym class thing. It's just 2.5 hours of that. I would watch that. That'd be funny.
I'd watch the shit out of it.
Yeah, maybe for like half an hour, and then I'd realize maybe this is the whole movie. But then
I'd be a little disappointed at this point.
Oh, but then I think I'd actually like end up sitting down and watching the whole thing just to see if anything else is gonna happen. like it feels like, you know, like, again, like cinema as a whole is kind of like digging itself into a hole, because if you know, if studios want to make money, they have to like put in, they have to do this. They have to like set up a franchise, set up a series, you know, like
this has happened because we love it and we want it to happen.
Yeah, people want it to happen, which sucks, because I don't. I just want to watch, you know, one-off movies, and, you know, like, think about, like, hey, how cool would it be to see, you know, like Cliff Barton and Leonardo DiCaprio again, just hanging out. They don't need to go on some other grand adventure, just to hang out more.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need that to happen. That's just a personal want, because I enjoyed those characters. But I don't need it to happen, because it's just fine on the 2 hours and 45 minutes that already happened.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't need a WandaVision Season 2, because WandaVision Season 1 is perfect the way it is and does not need to go any further than that.
No, people were already clamoring for a Season 2. I was like, where was the story that they told?
It's
the story? That's it.
Yeah,
you want more Wanda content? Cool, yeah, she can be in other movies. Yeah, she's going to be in Doctor Strange.
She's going to be in Doctor Strange. White Vision is still somewhere out there. We don't know.
Yeah.
There's your Vision. WandaVision, though, not going to happen. Don't let it happen.
I honestly don't really know if I want a Loki Season 2. As much as I would love to have more Loki time-traveling hijinks, I'm perfectly okay with them not making a Loki 2. I think that the Disney Plus shows work better as miniseries because it feels like something that you can binge it quickly while you're doing an MCU rewatch.
Yeah, and like, you know,
that's where it feels like the Netflix shows are getting like too. They felt like they got too much because they had 13 episodes each, and there were so many of them, and they ended up not even tying into anything. So it's just like, what's the point of watching them?
And like, yeah, again, like with, like, you know, again, just like the pacing also works. You know, the stories they're trying to tell work for 6 episodes, maybe more depending on what's being told, but they work for 6 episodes. You know, like Loki as like a 2-hour movie, I don't think would work. You know, WandaVision definitely wouldn't work as a movie, because the whole point is for it to be like TV. That's the whole purpose of like the first 7 episodes. And like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I felt like could have been a movie maybe. I think they just had like a lot more stuff they wanted to put in. Like, it still worked as a show.
I don't know.
It's
back and forth on that one.
Like, yeah,
I think
it's
there's too much in it to where they couldn't be a movie, but at the same time, I'm like, you could simplify the shit out of that and make it a movie.
Yeah, like with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like
party shit. Like, you don't need that.
The whole thing with like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's just such a mixed bag, because, you know, like the whole thing about, like, you know, like what a black Captain America means for, you know, certain black communities, that was very well done, I thought. John Walker,
that could be an incredible movie.
Yeah, John Walker was awesome. His character was like one of my favorite parts of the show. Everything else was not good. The whole the flag smashers.
That's an incredible idea of, like, hey, what if a black guy was Captain America and he had to constantly put the symbol that enslaved his people for years? What if he constantly has to put that symbol in front of him? You know?
Yeah.
Again, that's an like interesting take.
Yeah, like what
and
does
that's something that you can't tell with Steve Rogers. That's a uniquely Sam Wilson story.
Yeah.
With Captain America.
Yeah. Again, like they did the idea of like what a black Captain America means incredibly well. You know, for like so many like different like.
And that's where that show
shines
shines
of people.
The most. But I don't think they do enough with it to sustain the whole runtime of it.
Yeah. Again, like Marvel does its best stuff when it like plays into like who it's trying to represent, I think.
I agree.
Again, with like Shang-Chi, that was really fucking well done.
after having rewatched Black Panther, it's definitely one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah, and like when I saw Black Panther, I was like, I understand why people like this. I am never gonna argue why people should not like this movie because it is important to a lot of fucking people. At first, I just didn't see like the whole hype of it, but on rewatch, I was like, this is actually like really great and genuinely like.
I mean, like even from a filmmaking perspective, I was like, wait, this isn't a Marvel movie. This is like a step above what a Marvel movie is.
Yeah.
Just because.
Like again, like when they delve into like who's being represented in these movies, they do a really fucking good job at putting that forward. It's just like they just need to do more of it because we only have like so few of those. Like with again, like somebody made the point that I only just realized, but half of the MCU stars a white guy named Chris as the leading man. Like I only just realized that. I knew it was like, you know, like mostly like white led, white directed already. So of course when you know like you have like, you know, like someone of color or of like different ethnicity at the forefront, it's like more of a big deal because it is genuinely a big deal.
It feels like it's a more personal story.
Yeah.
And that's what movies are. They are personal stories. They're machines that generate empathy, as Roger Ebert put it. And I've always loved that, the way that he phrases that. But, you know, if you're not bothering to tell me a story of someone's perspective, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Like, it's something like the MCU has been getting better at doing, but at the same time, they're still playing into that old bullshit of, you know, the government is out to get me, and I can't trust the government because, you know, this man is stealing girls and using them as spies.
Yeah.
And like my stench makes you unable to hit me.
And what if I just broke my nose on a table?
She didn't even need to do that. She could have just plugged her nose.
It's the funniest thing in the world.
She could have just.
I want that out of context clip of her just fucking smashing.
It's free on Disney Plus. You can grab that clip in HD, bro. Oh man, like, it's like, and again, like I'm still seeing like so many people like hyping up the MCU, like as it's still as if it's like as great as it, you know, like used to be. But for me, like
I think its strengths lay elsewhere now because I think there's definitely, I mean, obviously there's different phases and there's different eras on the MCU, but like, I don't know, like I feel like Phase 4 is probably their best phase yet, but also at the same time I'm like, I don't care about anything anymore. Like,
yeah, like the MCU could have ended for me, like with
at Endgame.
At Endgame, yeah. Because again, like that, the story's finished, and you know, like.
I mean, everyone gets their own movie. Like, you got a cool Spider-Man movie, you got a cool Black Panther movie. I don't need to see more. I'm fine with seeing more, but like, I don't need this. I got what I wanted. I wanted a cool Spider-Man movie for the MCU.
Yeah, YMS said it himself. Like he feels so he feels like so good knowing that he does not need to commit to the MCU anymore. Because for him, the franchise is done. He doesn't need to feel like he has to give a shit about Marvel anymore. I mean, like, granted, he never really did, but now he doesn't have to. I don't know. I'm still interested in seeing where the MCU goes, but I'm only going to be excited for so many movies now. I'm still looking forward to Moon Knight only because, like, Oscar Isaac is Moon Knight, and Moon Knight is a genuinely interesting character to see in the MCU.
I don't know anything about Moon Knight other than Oscar Isaac is doing it, and he throws crescent moons at people, and I'm like, okay, I can see him doing that.
Basically,
I can't see him doing that, and that's why I'm excited to see him. that.
I think like basically Moon Knight is the MCU's Batman, but heavily like like influenced and just crazy about Egyptian gods. Like it's gonna delve into like Egyptian mythology with Moon Knight.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, and like apparently he's supposed to. Go ahead.
Remember the last time Oscar Isaac was Egyptian and in Marvel?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he got real big.
He got real big.
That dude looked like Tom Hanks. Big. Yeah, with like again like Phase 4, like I loved Loki a lot. I'll watch Loki season 2. Hawkeye doesn't look like the same old espionage hat and sunglasses, but it still looks
like boring Earth shit.
Yeah, still, boring Earth shit we've seen for the past like 10 years.
And I mean, like, it's not like a high bar, but Black Widow was not as concrete as Marvel normally is.
But
like, it's not colorful like Last Night in Soho or anything, but like it looks better than Marvel's concrete movies usually look.
Yeah, they had something. They had a big thing floating in the sky that was very red.
It was someone say it's a red room.
It is. Oh, that's right. It was. It's literally called the Red Room. I didn't even fucking remember that detail.
And if you say red room backwards, it's actually murder.
That's red rum, dude.
I'm sorry, it's mortar.
Mortar. Again, yeah, it's just still that played out thing Marvel's been doing for the past decade. And again, seeing WandaVision do like a TV format going decade by decade was really fucking new and refreshing. Seeing Loki delve really hard into some weird fucking shit was incredibly refreshing too.
Seeing new takes is fun.
Yeah. Like
I hate that I have to say that in order for it to be a thing.
Yeah. And again, like, one thing DC has always been doing better than Marvel is having variety in its, like, programming. Quality is, something to be debated, but
they have different visions.
They have quite a variety of visions going on.
The only time that I'll say that the MCU has multiple visions is WandaVision's finale.
They got 2 of them.
They got 2 of the visions. Dude, can you believe there's 2?
There's 2 visions. I don't know which one's which.
Yo, which one's the ship of Theseus?
Does that mean I'm not the real Vision?
Yo, dude, I had a vision.
What was the vision?
It was the vision of vision that I saw with my vision. French Dispatch sucks.
I'm still holding out that this is another case of you being the only person that doesn't like it.
It's too intellectual to the point where it's just fucking annoying.
It's just pretentious.
It's real pretentious.
Wes Anderson.
I don't like to say that, especially about like a hoity-toity art director like Wes Anderson. But
Wes Anderson has always been called pretentious by regular people, but now he's finally become the thing people have been saying forever. I don't know. Maybe again. I didn't get to see it last weekend because it just wasn't.
I want to see it quick. It's probably going to be out next weekend.
It's actually coming this weekend because it didn't
Oh,
premiere.
you guys have weird limited releases?
Yeah, it didn't premiere with Dune like I had hoped.
Ours, I think ours premiered with Soho on the 29th.
Yeah, some theaters in my area got it with Soho, but most of them were like 20 plus miles out of the way. So this weekend with Eternals, it's coming to all like the local Imagine theaters. So I get to see it this weekend. Also, Vince, I was talking to Pat about this earlier, but he and I are fairly unsure about what your like theater situation is down in Orlando.
Yeah.
Because I know you've got like you go to like the AMC, Disney Springs, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Do you guys have like an equivalent to like an Uptown Theater or a Trylon up here?
I don't go to Orlando. Like, I stay in Kissimmee for the most part.
Okay.
I'm sure there is smaller boutique theaters in Orlando, but I just don't have the time right now in my life to go to it. I
Okay.
don't have people that I go to movies with often, so it's just the AMC for me. And they have stubs, which is nice. So.
Okay.
And they have 24 screens, so they always have something playing.
Okay, so it's not like difficult to like see like a special release
Oh, no.
limited
Like,
movie.
I haven't had an issue where I'm like, oh man, he's not here. Oh.
Okay.
It's usually just like, oh, they have Lamb for 2 weeks and I missed it.
Yeah. Okay, because again, like, you know, like Pat like goes to the Trylon at least once a week to see whatever movie they have on film at the time. Yeah, so like that's like why I'm asking, because he also like brought up the idea like next time you're in town, which I know won't be for like a good amount of time.
I'm coming back.
When? Tell
I'm
me.
back at the beginning of December.
Holy shit, Vince, this is big news.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
forgot to tell you. My bad.
It's fine. I'm glad I get to know now. Oh man.
It's the 5th or the 8th.
Okay.
Those are my flight days, so if we're gonna do anything either the 6th or the 7th would probably work best for me
All right.
in terms of like doing an event. I'd be free to hang out for those days, and I'll be in town all those days too. Like, I'm not going anywhere else.
Okay. That is mega huge. 6th through the 6th and 7th. That is Monday and a Tuesday. That can work for me easily. Like I work with Pat, so I work from like 8:30 to 5, so I can definitely fucking make the time to hang out for a night. Yeah, Pat was like suggesting just like, again, next time you're in town, going up to the Trylon or whatever film projector equipped theater, and just seeing something on film, because like the last movie I think you would have been able to see would have been Dunkirk on film, right? When did you leave for Orlando?
I think it was 2001. That was the last film I did.
That's right. Yeah. With Liam.
Yeah. I saw on Pat's letterbox last night that he's like, yeah, I saw Singing in the Rain on 35 mil. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking jealous. I love that movie.
Yeah, that's why he brought up like if you have any like boutique theaters down in your area. It was like,
I wish. I haven't seen a movie on film in so long.
Yeah, he had
actually no. I do get to see a couple because some Disney shows still run on film.
Okay.
So I get to watch PhilharMagic on film whenever too, but like also it's really just PhilharMagic, and they run it every day, all day. So it's just a really damaged print at this point.
Yeah. See, Pat had never seen Singing in the Rain, so he was like, one, like thoroughly loved the movie. He thought it was like,
yeah, absolutely,
so much fun, and two, he was also like surprised to it, just like the quality of the print, like.
Oh, I bet that print's nice.
Yeah, He like
Because I don't think they've done a restoration in a long time either.
I
They haven't
couldn't
done
even,
like a 4K restoration.
yeah, I couldn't even tell you if there was a restoration or not. But one thing he mentioned too, he and I have been talking about doing the past few days. But he says like he definitely enjoyed it, you know, from like a filmmaking visual standpoint. But like it certainly had the scope it needed, but it didn't have like that extra bit of beans that like something like Lord of the Rings had, that like movie magic.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and I definitely agree with that too. Again, like there's definitely like there's definitely that like thing, that big thing that's missing.
I also don't think that Dune is shot particularly well.
Yeah, I
That's
was
a
like,
weird opinion to have, but like, literally, your last collaboration was with Roger Deakins, and anything is going to be a step down.
yeah, and considering that also like got Deakins his first Academy Award win.
Yeah, after being much deserved for decades.
Decades, yeah. Uh, yeah, and I actually do agree with you on the cinematography because again, it didn't like the
Nothing
visuals.
felt like it popped.
Yeah, the
There's
visuals.
a couple of nice shots, but like, there's nothing that popped.
The visuals I thought were like totally fine. I still enjoyed looking at what was being shown, but
It's not an ugly movie, but it's not anything that I would like write home about.
yeah, like again, especially like Denny coming straight off of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I was expecting the movie to look more like that, not like you know, like
which
orange.
is, in my opinion, I think the best looking movie ever made.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a bold statement or not, but
No, I mean that's a statement I'll stand by too.
I'll
Like,
put it up there. It's in the top 5 of all time.
I'm not afraid to make that statement either. I love just looking at Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, I could look at that the other day. I
Yeah.
might even watch it too. I don't know.
I finally was able to get my dad to watch Blade Runner 2049 after like
I heard.
he watched it on his little TV he has up in the living room.
Mhm.
And he was still able to enjoy the movie. He thought it was good. He definitely said it was long. But
Like the best movies are either really long or really short.
yeah.
You're hitting that like 2 hour and 10-minute range. I'm like, oh.
His biggest complaint was like the sound design, but I think that's also because he doesn't have a good sound system nor a good TV to watch Blade Runner on. Like, if he had seen that movie in IMAX, I think he would have complained about the volume, but he still would have been able to like hear everything that was going on. Like, his big thing was like he had to keep turning it up and down every time there's a quiet talking scene or Ryan Gosling was yelling or like the Elvis scene between like Deckard and Kay. Like that was his biggest issue, but other than that, he thought the movie was like really good. And I'm glad he liked it because I've been itching to get him to watch it forever.
Yeah, where you look at it and you're like, this is a dad movie. Like, come on, Dad, please watch it.
Like Blade Runner 2040 or like the original Blade Runner is one of his favorite movies.
Yeah.
As
and
like,
Dad, there's actually a really great sequel to this. And he's like, nah, shit. Like, they made
Yeah.
it today. Like, it can't be good. And you're like, no. Like, it's actually really good.
yeah. I don't think he was a fan of the whole like Deckard being a human because he liked that ambiguity that the first Blade Runner had, which I genuinely like, which is a good complaint to have, I think. But for what it's all worth, Blade Runner 2049 still fucking delivers every other measure that it's presenting on screen. Even if it's revealing like Deckard's a human, I don't fucking care because everything else in this movie is phenomenal, hands down.
I'm okay with them confirming it. Just because I'm like, I feel like in order to have a sequel, you do need to close off some things.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think it really matters in the end, whether he is or not.
Again, yeah, that was something for the first movie to have, and now we've got this new movie, new story, and Deckard's an important character for that story, you know?
Yeah.
And again, I'm like, everyone's big worry with 2049 was that it was going to be, like a shitty action movie, they're going to try to franchise it, and they didn't. They subverted expectations by making the movie boring.
Yeah, that's my favorite kind. Give me a boring ass. Speaking of boring ass movies, can we talk about The Last Duel, please?
The last what?
The Last Duel.
I still haven't seen The Last Duel. I want to,
Okay,
only
it's good.
because...
It's good.
It's good. Alright. I know...
It's a good movie.
Alright. I've like, my biggest motivation now into seeing it is because I want to see Adam Driver's penis.
They don't like do a close up of it, but you definitely do see it.
There's that moment where it's like, holy shit, that's a penis, and then they go away. Right?
No, like it's like a distant shot, but like
Okay.
you see it.
All right, that's. I mean, I'm not expecting. It's not like Green Knight. Like I see nudity in the Green Knight. I'm like, there better be penis, and I get no penis. I was so excited for penis in the Green Knight, dude, and I was so let down.
Yeah. I feel like Dev Patel's probably got a good one.
But yeah, especially like considering too, like A24 totally like cockbaited everybody because they tweeted swords will be touched. And then everybody immediately thought like Dev Patel is gonna bang some dude, and everybody was so excited. And then it didn't happen. Also, big thing is happening now in Animal Crossing. Part of the update has already been released. I can stretch with a bunch of people on my island.
Yo, does Tom Nook show dick?
Tom Nook does not show dick. He's wearing a sweater right now, though. I think I have to get my Joy-Cons for this. Hold on.
Yeah, but is he wearing pants?
He is wearing pants, yeah.
That fucking...
Alright, Joy-Con's not connecting right now. This is huge. I'm totally offbeat with everybody, though. This is just embarrassing for me. I'm offbeat. Everyone's doing such a good job and I'm not.
Yeah.
This sucks. Trying to think, like, we still have... I know I still have French Dispatch to watch. I'll let you know as soon as I walk out of there.
I need to see Antlers.
Antlers...
Do I need to see Antlers?
I mean, like, it's definitely a fine movie. You might not get as much out of it just because, again, it's just a pretty okay horror movie. There's nothing like...
I looked at it and I was like, if it's above a 3 on Letterboxd, I'll go see it. And I saw that it was at a 3 exactly. I was like, motherfucker, this doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons is good. All the performances are solid enough. But it definitely feels... For me, it feels like a horror movie I would see while scrolling through Hulu. Like, it would just be in Hulu's library at some point. It doesn't do anything that's, like, outright amazing. It's a solid enough creature feature. I mean, like, I wouldn't worry about putting it like you need to see it, but like if you have time and you feel like seeing it, I would say go ahead. Like, it's definitely okay, to say the least. Like, the movie, it's like set in Oregon, and it just looks wet the entire time. Let's see. We've already talked about Eternals and Spider-Man. What else is supposed to come out, like, soon? I mean, like, Clifford. Are you gonna see Clifford? You need to. I need to check my letterbox. What I still need to see this year. I still need to see Titane, Roadrunner, Val. People seem to have liked. Oh shit, dude! House of Gucci. You still there, Vince?
So, just like-
Okay. All right. Let's see, there's still House of Gucci and West Side Story. I forgot all about West Side Story. Chat. I have to pee again, dude. Hold on. I think while Vince is figuring his thing out, I'll take a piss. And I'm back. Okay, I know we still have House of Gucci left this year. Another fucking Ridley Scott feature.
Yeah, honestly, like, just seeing that Ridley is like, yeah, I'm gonna make 2 movies with Adam Driver 1 month apart from each other. I hope they're okay. And I'm like, yeah, go for it, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
like
okay.
it is pretty weird that, like, yeah. Again, like two Adam Driver features with Ridley Scott. Also,
It's
like,
called Richie and Miss Tucci.
yeah, totally different from each other too. Like, again,
They're
like,
very different movies.
historical epic, Ridley Scott going back to, Robin Hood and Gladiator, and then House of Gucci, which I don't even know how that fits into Ridley Scott's filmography.
Yeah. Did he do All the Money in the World?
He did. Yeah, he did.
Okay, that feels like it's one of those, but like a better version of that, hopefully.
And then yeah, I haven't seen a trailer for House of Gucci, but I've been sold on the
I
name
haven't either.
alone.
I've been trying not to check for it.
I I've honestly been sold on the name alone since like that first image of Lady Gaga and Adam Driver came out. That's all I've needed. It's just that. Like I know a bit of the premise, but again, aside from that, I don't need to see a trailer. I don't need anything else. Just let me see the movie on Thanksgiving. Let me see Adam Driver's penis in this one too, Ridley.
Show us his penis again, you coward.
I need that.
Honestly,
I need that.
I think that would make for a super fun double feature. I know that they're both like 2.5 hours long, but like,
Yeah, 2 Adam Driver penis features, dude. Let's fucking get it.
give me all the Adam, give me all the daddy dick. I still need to finish scenes from a marriage too.
Oh, I haven't started that. How is that so far?
Really sad.
Oh,
Try not to binge it all at once, or you might just like kill yourself or something.
okay. I might see if I can just do like 1 a week. That way, I'm not completely sad.
Yeah, it's definitely a 1 a week show, and even then, I've been like, yeah, I've had the last one to watch for a couple of weeks now, and I'm like, just daunted by it because it's emotionally draining. Like it really is,
Okay.
but like in a really good way. Like it's fantastic television.
Holy shit! I just got some sort of weird drink in Animal Crossing. I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're like midstream, mid conversation. There was an update I had to download. I think half of the big update dropped. Like I'm sure like some stuff will like come out tomorrow still, but I'm getting some stuff now, so I gotta fucking keep my eyes peeled for more. And I'm just immediately telling Sam about this too. I can drink it too. I'm gonna put it down. It's like, look at that. Okay. Shit. I mean, West Side Story still needs to come out too. I know everybody.
I still need to see the original. I'll probably watch the original right before I watch the new one.
Yeah, the original one is really fucking
Priority list.
is really good. It looks so good too. I forgot. I know I saw that at the Alamo, but I don't remember if it was on film or not.
I don't think it would be if they didn't advertise it as like being on film. Probably not.
Yeah,
Especially at Alamo. I don't know if Alamo has projections.
that's a good point too. Yeah, I don't think they do, but
I could be wrong on that.
I'm wrong on a lot of things.
Yeah, you're right. Also, next year during the holidays, Kate is gonna come up with me,
Okay.
so hopefully you'll get to meet her then. Excited. She's great.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. Like, and like finally like capping off December too. We've like with like West Side Story and Spider-Man. We also have like the Kingsman.
Yeah, that keeps threatening to happen.
Yeah. And like
The Matrix is gonna be great. Because I refuse to live in a world where Matrix 4 is not great.
it could be an upset, dude.
Better not be.
Could be.
What are you talking about? Dude's great.
All right, you got me there, dude. You got me there.
Literally, I can't be wrong. Dune was great.
Dude, best movie of the year, hands down.
Best movie of that weekend, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't see anything else that
I was
weekend.
shocked. My sister watched Dune. Like, that's how
So
fucking
did-
weird it is. That
so did
Dune
my- yeah.
is so like mainstream. Where
My-
I'm just like, why the fuck did Allie watch that? She doesn't watch movies, and she watched Dune opening night.
My sister watched Dune too, and my sister texted me like, "Hey, have you seen Dune yet?" It's like, "Who do you think I am?" Of course I have. But she also like, she asked what I thought about it. It's like I said like it's pretty solid, but not enough Oscar Isaac penis. Like, dude totally gets naked, doesn't hang any shaft. I was a little taken aback by that, you know.
I think you might see a little bit of something.
I mean, he's definitely like nude. He's nude bodied, you know, in it, you know, like spoiler alert for like in his death scene, but they don't show penis. It's just a wide shot of him like sitting naked in a chair, just like completely just like out of it, just ugh.
No, okay, so scenes from her real quick. Jessica Chastain, like, I've always liked her and she's always great, but, like, I never realized how great she actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And, the show really makes me just appreciate her and see how much she actually brings to the table.
You think she's gonna be good in the 355?
Oh, it's so good. She would be the best.
I remember like I don't think I got to show you this video that Joe made, but he made a video like expressing his like disdain for the fact that Clifford is coming out during December, which he called the busiest month of the year, and then named Kingsman, Spider-Man, and Matrix as the only movies.
I'll give you Spider-Man and Matrix.
But he had quite the hot take, saying that like he doesn't understand why Clifford needed to be a theatrical release when since it's a kids movie.
To be fair, Clifford should really be a September movie.
It definitely should have kept its September release.
Screams September movie.
Yeah, like I'm okay with it. Like, you know, like I'm okay with it being a December release. I don't give a shit. But Joe's big thing was like it. You know, like who the fuck's gonna see Clifford anyway? You know, when you've got, you know, like
the target audience.
When you've got like Matrix and Kingsman and Spider-Man, it's like small children, Joseph. Like, I honestly think like if like Clifford got moved to November, but the real meat and potatoes of Joe's argument is that it was supposed to release December. His like he thought it was gonna like have a repeat of like, you know, like it was gonna like potentially take away, you know, like people from seeing all these other movies, you know, like that he cares so deeply about, like Kingsman. But his whole thing was like too, like it's fucking Clifford. You know, like thinking like like basically saying like since it's you know like a kids movie, it could have just been a PBS straight to video streaming thing, which I think is a bad argument to make. Simply for the fact that, like, then you're just, like, downplaying, you know, like, children's movies, you know? Like, yeah, kids' movies are fucking kids' movies. Sometimes they're dumb as shit. But you can still make a good kids' movie that's, like, genuinely, like, moving. That's what Pixar's been doing for fucking, like, 100 years. That's what Into the Spider-Verse fucking did. You know, that's what The Boss Baby did. But he was just so taken aback at the idea of like Clifford being theatrical. He said in his own words, like, What are you trying to do? Subvert expectations? What are you, the Joker? And I immediately wanted to die. Like, a little bit of me died when he said that.
Oh, there's a lot of shit he says that makes me want to commit seppuku.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely, like, the most enthusiastic film goer I think I'll ever meet. But that also leads him to saying some pretty fucking dumb shit.
What, Joe? Saying dumb shit? Oh, no way.
Never.
It's like with gamers, where you're like, wow, yeah, you're really into gaming. Also, you know nothing. Just shut the fuck up about everything, please.
Yeah.
I know that you think you have a lot of knowledge, but you really don't seem like you do. Please refrain from thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, please refrain from speaking. You can think. Just try to think before you speak.
Think before you speak, otherwise you might stink in your pants.
Oop. Oh, stinky.
Stinky. Can we not? I don't have any. I don't have flower. What the fuck? I thought I had a bunch of flowers I could plant. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, now Clifford's got a November release, which I think is fine. You know, again, I don't care when Clifford releases,
Is
so...
it like a Thanksgiving release, or is it like in early November?
I don't remember, but I know it got... I remember it definitely got pushed. It definitely got moved up.
I honestly can't think of a reason to give a shit about Clifford's release date.
Yeah, again, I think Joe just thought, like... He needed to, like, vent about, like, why Clifford was releasing during the... Like, heaven forbid, the same month as, you know... The King's Man, and, you know, The Matrix, another R-rated movie. So it might have just been a thing he just wanted to complain about something. But I do recommend you check out his YouTube channel, Vince. I'll send you a link. It's plenty of content.
I really don't need to, but if you insist, I suppose.
Hey, it'll put a smile on your face. You can watch the MTV Movie Awards with him while he waits for the Snake Eyes trailer to drop. It'll be like you're sitting there with him, watching the MTV Movie Awards.
Who's gonna win best kiss?
I forgot who won best. I forgot who won.
Tom Hanks and Finch.
I forgot who won best kiss, but Joe definitely was like, "All right, yeah,
Okay.
He seemed pretty enthusiastic about whoever won best kiss. So. But also, like, half the, like, that video about, like, him watching the VMAs or whatever, it's a fucking hour and a half long, and most of them, it's just silence. And then, like, a cheer or a giggle or, like, that's my babe, when Scarlett Johansson or Elizabeth Olsen or somebody from a Marvel movie shows up. And then he'll go off like on a tangent, like not during this video, but he likes to complain about like certain like characters that Fortnite keeps stealing to put in their video game. It happens a lot. It's a real thing that's been happening. Fortnite keeps stealing our favorite characters, Vince. And then, like, people will, like, yell at him in the comments about how he doesn't understand how licensing works, and then he'll pretend he does, and then still complain that Loki's been added to Fortnite. I think, I think we've like fully caught up on like what the rest of the year is happening with. Yes, Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. When does that one come out? No way, November. You're gonna make me binge all the Resident Evil movies.
This is not connected. Please don't watch those.
Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City 2021. Sure enough. Yeah, November 24th. That's like Thanksgiving weekend.
Feels really weird they didn't put that shit in October, but
yeah, listen, that's just one more movie October has to fucking try and wiggle in. I finished Resident Evil 7, by the way, and it was really fucking good.
Yeah, Resident Evil 8 is great too, but 7 is more of a horror game, but 8 is a better action game.
Okay.
But it's still scary. It's still super fun.
Yeah, I thoroughly fucking loved Resident Evil 7. I just want you to know that. Thank you, Vince, for telling me to play it.
Are there any games that you're like you should play that you want me to play?
The only games I've been playing lately aside from Resident Evil have just been like little like multiplayer games. Like, like me and my friends got back into Fall Guys. We've been playing like Risk of Rain 2. And like we all just got into Phasmophobia finally. Aside from that, the only other game I've been playing has been Animal Crossing, getting ready for this fucking DLC and update to launch tomorrow. But if you do,
you're more of a multiplayer guy, right?
Yeah, I'll totally play the shit out of a fucking single player game, no problem. It's just right now, like, like I've just been going through like Risk of Rain 2. Which is a really fucking fun game, and I do recommend you get that one, because that's a fun multiplayer game to play.
Yeah.
Well,
I finished the 7 or
yeah?
It's a good game.
I've never, like, gotten into, like, Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. I'm still waiting for the day that Bethesda finally announces any sort of new information. Not even a release date, just any sort of new information about Elder Scrolls 6. Until then, I've got, like Breath of the Wild 2 to look forward to next year. Aside from that, I think the only other game I think I need to get in before like the year wraps up is probably like WarioWare is what I want to get, and Metroid Dread, which I only hear is fucking like super hard. And Resident Evil 8 at some point, but that game's like $80 fucking on Steam.
I love that game, but it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to hit for some sort of sale to hit. Hopefully one hits before end of the year.
It drop to like 30. I'd say it's worth 30.
Yeah. If I get like a Steam gift card, I'll buy it. But definitely
Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. Especially Resident Evil 2. I think you should play that one.
Okay.
If you were more interested in this.
It's like because like my friend Brendan got it, like he's had Resident Evil 7, or at least he's wanted to play it. He finally got it. Because I was streaming it and because like I was vocal about how much I enjoyed it. He's about like an hour and a half in, and he's being a little bitch and doesn't know how to fight Jack. As you're looking for like the Cerberus heads. So he's playing the tactic of just trying to run away, but I told him like you just have to kill him and that'll take him down long enough for you to be able to do what you need to do to progress. I think that's just Metroid Dread, WarioWare, and Resident Evil 8 I want to get in before the end of the year. It's just like video games are so expensive.
Honestly, I have so many that I'm only working on my backlog right now, where I'm like, I have 80 games that I want to play on my PC, and I have like 100 games that I want to play for either PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch. So I'm just like, or that I own that I haven't played yet. Or I'm just like, okay, I gotta get this done before I get.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a break.
And like, I feel like TV, there's nothing like premiering now that I need to worry about until like, like Chainsaw Man and JoJo's Part 6 come out. There's one my brother wants me to watch that's premiering now that I might check out while I still only have like 3 episodes to watch. I think for TV, it's just
I'm kind of in between shows right now for like main stuff. But I've been watching Sopranos and Star Trek still.
Yeah, I got back into Always Sunny mostly because of the fucking Mario movie announcement. That just made me want to rewatch Always Sunny. Which is still fucking hilarious and fantastic, by the way. I'm having a great time. I'm still working my way through One Piece. I'm getting pretty close to the half.
You'll be working through that until you die.
I'm almost at the halfway point of the show, so I think I'm catching up. I've got like another 150 episodes till I'm at the halfway mark. And then let's see. I've got that Always Sunny. I want to get into X-Files just because right now I'm still in the phase of rewatching Sunny before I'm like caught up on like episodes I've seen. And X-Files, I think, is like a bridge back into like hour-long television that I just haven't had for a bit. Not since like, aside from like the Marvel stuff. And like I started episode 1 of X-Files, but Hulu was like, actually we can't play X-Files right now. Watch something else, douchebag. And I was really upset, and I haven't gotten back to it. I was like enjoying what I was seeing so far. So I might pop in an episode tonight. Other than that, I think that's it for TV. For video games, I've got nothing major, except for what I mentioned.
Yeah.
And I think like movies, I just have to like wait and like watch as they all come out.
The most annoying movie in the world sounds like it's coming out soon.
Clifford?
No, there's a movie with Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot, and it's made by the guy who directed fucking Central Intelligence and Skyscraper.
Ew.
I'm like,
God.
I don't know if I could be more annoyed by him.
Oh, icky.
I think it's called like Seeing Red or like Code Red or some shit like that.
Oh man, I heard about that, and it was like Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, Gal Gadot, and then that's all my brain took in, and I forgot about it immediately after because I didn't give a shit.
And like, listen, I love Gal Gadot. I think she's gorgeous. I wouldn't consider her to be a great actor outside of Wonder Woman, but like.
Again, like nothing against Gal Gadot, but the combo of Ryan Reynolds and The Rock.
If I ever watch Free Guy, just kill me.
Yeah, I was telling Pat about that too. It was like Vince still hasn't seen Free Guy, and Vince asked me like, if you should watch it, and of course I told you like if you like Ryan Reynolds, then yes. But if you hate Ryan Reynolds, then no, never. Which I think is a fair judgment call, because I don't like Ryan Reynolds and I didn't like Free Guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like that whole clip that was floating around Twitter with like the climax, you know, like the ending, you know, Cap shield, the lightsaber, all this reference stuff that's happening. Captain America's shield is already too much, but they saved it a little bit by throwing Chris Evans in, reacting to it.
But I think that just makes it worse for me.
Yeah, like
it's all just so postmodern where I'm just like yes, reference humor, and they're referencing the reference humor, and the reference humor has reference humor. I'm just like, oh, it's like a shitty episode of Family Guy for a full movie.
Yeah, and like that movie definitely doesn't fucking need that, because a movie should be able to work without that. But
Free Guy as a movie wouldn't work without any of that, and that's why I don't think Free Guy sounds like an interesting concept.
Yeah, and it definitely isn't.
I know what the movie Free Guy is supposed to be, and I know that it's not anything that I would be interested in.
Yeah. Like, it certainly doesn't. It doesn't help the fact that, like, also on top of like all that Captain America nonsense, all this reference humor, they just kept adding on to it. Like, after like Captain America was like, what the fuck, or holy shit, or whatever he said.
I think he said, what the shit?
What the shit, that sounds about right. Well, yeah, it certainly doesn't fucking, like, help that you're trying to sell Ryan Reynolds as, like, this funny guy when he's cracking jokes about, you know, Captain America, and that he's holding a lightsaber, and that's supposed to be badass, but, you know, so many fucking properties have lightsabers in them. They just don't call them lightsabers. That's it. It's lame and it's lazy. And I stand by Martin Scorsese.
In this game really just wants to fuck with me in particular.
Yeah? You struggling over there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I gotta talk to Isabel. Is my island a 3-star yet? I want to get 3.
You're talking about someone in your real life named Isabel, and I was like, oh yeah, you're playing Animal Crossing.
No, yeah, I'm still going on Animal Crossing. I want to know if my island's at 3 stars yet.
Isabel. Is she your friend at work or something?
Damn it, it's still 2 stars. Ugh. I just need to plant more flowers from what Isabel's telling me. I already planted like 30 of them just now. How many more do I need, man? I want to get 3-star before the update launches tomorrow night. So then I don't have to worry about it. I can just play the update. Oh, you know what? Why the Fortnite did I do it like this? Oh, man. It's happening, Vince. I already hate my island. How many hours did I pump into this island so far? Oh, yeah. 35. Wait, no, that wasn't... No, that was YouTube. What? Oh, there we go. 40, even more. Alright. Oh, like, this looks cute. Bud's house looks cute. This is nice. I like the 2 paths I got going on. don't think this is it right now. I need something. Maybe I can customize these fences now. Oh boy. Brendan, we're just about wrapped up on talking about movies, but we were talking about Resident Evil 7. No spoilers. Any updates on that, Brendo? Oh man, do I need to get a wooden wardrobe? Okay.
So my roommate bought the Peppa Pig game.
Yeah, how was that, by the way?
Fucking awful.
Is it a good game?
Yeah, one game of the year, every year.
Sick. I look forward to further discussion once the Isaacs roll around. Oh, fuck, what do I need?
I love texting my girlfriend, but I also hate texting and playing games at the same time because I'm constantly just like,
You know, welcome to the club, man. It's a bit of a thing. You really have to remember that you're texting your girlfriend sometimes. Let's grab a stack of wood. There we go. Okay, Thomas, I have the wardrobe. Oh, I have to walk around now. I didn't fucking think that part through. Okay. Brennan, I'm not gonna activate Windows. It's not gonna happen. It's part of the charm. Okay. Yeah, let's keep on that workshop. Oh boy. Brendan, I've done the whole go to settings things. I have to input a key. I don't have a key. And I don't want to buy one. I need to prioritize my spending. Besides, Brennan, tell me, what is activating Windows gonna do for me that is gonna hinder my progress on being a gamer? Fuck it, wardrobe here. Here we go. I have spent on this island at most $2 on Nook Miles. Here we go. Fuck. I can't do fences yet. Man. Where's Bud at? Hey, there he is. Brennan, if you don't shut your trap, I'm just gonna go off about, like, Resident Evil. Go into super big details. Look at my little guy! You. Come here. Is it? Yeah, okay, it's Sunday.
Nate is going to bed for the night, so I am ready to finish this level of Halo and then go to bed.
Alright, alright. Good luck with that. I remember, like, when we were doing Halo, it took us quite a bit of time. Maybe that's just incompetence.
I'm on one really long-ass level. I'm playing on Heroic, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking Xbox Master Chief Collection. Fun. But damn, that fucking lag.
Yeah.
Almost unplayable at times. Pretty unplayable,
I would
actually.
say it was unplayable.
Yeah. And don't worry, Brendan. I'm not gonna spoil Resident Evil. I want you to play it. Holy shit! Someone's coming into my home. This is
I hate to spoil Resident Evil for you, but the residents, they're evil.
Those residents are pretty evil. Holy shit.
Dude, those residents, evil as fuck.
Did I see the new Siege Op announcement? I saw a leak of his icon. Oh, he's already leaving. Okay. I saw the Siege icon, Brendan, and then I remembered that this is that Irish one you were so excited about. Finally getting some representation for your people there, Brendo. See, I think I just need to, like, fucking work on moving houses and just still planting more fucking flowers on this thing. Finally happening after all this time. Yes, it is. Some good old Irish representation. Stop by my place, dude. Everybody wants to come into my house now. And they're gonna be so disappointed. Holiday wasn't enough for us. We wanted a Siege Op. Yeah. Yep. Can I just pick the link from just here? Am I gonna have to click on it? Brandon, when does that operator go live? Or at least on even on like test servers? I don't think I can leave while he's in here. Oh, I haven't touched Siege either, not since I think we all like moved on. I mean, once that operator comes out, I'll definitely hop back into it because I think there's like 2 other operators I haven't played yet. Yo. Who moved on? Who?
They moved on.
Oh, fuck off. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here, you Stromboli motherfucker.
Hey, won't make the name calling there, you pint-sized fuck. Okay. What's the matter, you?
Hey, what's the matter with you, you dumb bitch? Oh, man. Vince, I don't know if you remember, but on an island I had before, I had a whole, like, lighthouse set up with, like, Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe.
I do remember that.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back for this island I have.
Yeah.
I've already got...
Restart your island?
I did, yeah. I restarted it because, like, that island I showed you with the lighthouse, I think... That one I flattened completely, like, 100%. Just to, like, restart from total scratch, killed my motivation to play the game ever again.
Really?
Yeah, and then I restarted an island. I just deleted that whole island. I put, like, a good 600 hours into that island. Like, well over 600 hours. And then I restarted...
Okay, you said you were, like, 35 hours, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you played for a lot longer than that.
No, yeah, the 35, 40 hours is on this new island alone. Since, like, they announced the new update, like, a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But, yeah, I deleted that island. I started a new one, had a pretty good time on it, and then just never got around to touching it again. And then when the update came out, I just deleted that island too and started a new one. On top of all that, so I think I'm good. I forgot how many hours I pumped into that last island, but it definitely wasn't many. And I think I've already got more on this one anyway. Oops. Here we go. I don't know how much this dragonfly is worth, but I know he's fast. I know you never got into Animal Crossing.
I played it, but I was never, like, into it.
Yeah. No, never put in the fucking stupid amount of hours like I have. Like me and Sam.
No, I started at the beginning of quarantine when everyone else was playing. I was like, oh, that was fun. Anyway.
Moving on to film.
Yeah.
And not dying.
I was like, this game boring as fuck. Let me play Death Stranding. That one's less boring.
That one's too boring. Here we go.
That one's too boring. That's part of my speak. I love it. People are always like, is that a walking simulator? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, is this bad? And I'm like, no. This is good about it. It's a walking simulator. Listen, when I couldn't go out and do anything, I could go out and walk around.
That was Animal Crossing for me. I couldn't go out and do much, but I had Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
If only I had realized the potential of One Piece, then maybe I could have had that too at the time.
Whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
One controls my asshole.
Have we seriously been playing Halo for like 4 hours?
Yeah, I'm at 3.5 hours on stream right now.
Shit.
I think I'll keep everything else. I don't want to sell anything else. I'll sell this pansy though. And that's an amount of cash for me.
Oh wait, there's more to this level? That was only this section?
Oh, buddy.
Oh, fuck.
You're in over your head.
Yeah, I didn't want to admit here. This is a good spot to say. The part time on this level is 20 minutes. I just want you to know that it says it's 20 minutes and I've been doing this singular mission. Well, texting, but still, I've been doing it for about 80 minutes, I would say.
Oh my god.
And there's still another section of it that I have to yeah. Alright, well, I'm a pep out for the night, but I hope you have a good one.
Alright, bud. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you next month, too, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Even if it's just Baby Geniuses 3, we'll still hang out. Alright. Alright, chat. I'm getting pretty hot. Whoopsies. Pretty hangy. Not hangy, but just hungry. So I might wrap this up here and call it a night. I'll still play off camera for sure, because I want to get this island fucking ready for tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow. I don't know yet though. It is unconfirmed. But I definitely do. Damn it! I definitely do like the idea of streaming the new update tomorrow, even though every fucking Animal Crossing player is going to be doing that. I'm going to catch this fish because it looks like a big boy. And hopefully I'm correct and it is a fish I'm missing. Come on. There we go. Angle that bitch. Come on. Come on. Fuck off, man. Suck me dick. Anyway. Big update tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time. Allegedly, could happen a little later, but usually these updates happen a day before because, you know, the Japanese are in the future. But it's a global drop scenario. So I might stream that. I might just play it on my own, or I might just fail not November. I don't know yet. But that's gonna do it for me tonight. I'm gonna go fucking eat some food and watch some TV. Undecided on what TV yet, but I'm definitely gonna eat something. I'm hungry. Thank you for watching and listening in on the conversation. And I'll see you later. I don't know when this is going to be uploaded because I haven't uploaded the last stream. But definitely going to happen. I'm going to upload these videos. I've got like a few months to download them, so I might save, you know, like this week's streams for next week to upload. Because I'm lazy and just kind of want to eat some food. Is that a crime? No, because I control the uploads. I control the streams. I am my own man. I am under no one's schedule for this, but my own. Anyway, like I said before, good night. Maybe see you tomorrow night. Maybe don't hold me accountable, but don't be shocked if I am on tomorrow night. Playing Animal Crossing, the new update, should it go live on time. Hopefully it will, because I'm fucking pumped as titties. But good night, everybody.